Zachary and Kojak Show. Zachary with a shot fake. He gets it up with Fuller. He takes care of it. Zachary to the outside. Got it. Kojak Show. Zachary buries the outside jumper. Picking up three-pointers in that second half. It was the Kojak story most of the night offensively, 36 of Anderson's 69 points.
Welcome, everybody.
Welcome back.
Yes, to the second episode of the Kojak and Zach Show.
That's right, Kojak. We're making it happen, aren't we?
Man, listen, it's happening.
Man, what an exciting week we've had. Started out last Tuesday. We visited Arsenal Tech and Fisher's game, downtown Indy.
Well,
that was fun.
I mean, it's not just Arsenal Tech and Fisher's,
Correct.
Okay, so we do have to let this be known that Arsenal Tech coach is a Madison County, Anderson born and raised.
That's right.
Native.
Yes, he is.
Damon Turner. So
Mr. Turner.
Yes, sir. So we had to go down there and just support Brother Turner, Coach Turner. But also on the flip side, we have somebody that's close to the Kojak and Zach Show on Fisher's Tigers.
That's true. My nephew, Cooper Zachary, he's a freshman at Fisher's High School this year. He's playing for the varsity team, and he put on a pretty good show, didn't he, Kojak, when
Listen,
we went down there?
You don't have to downplay it, Zach. You don't. I don't know why you do. You don't have to downplay that. A freshman, that young man, he played. It wasn't like he was a freshman.
He played good. He had a great game.
Yes, he did.
Yes, but the whole Fisher's team had a good game. I mean, they came out ready to play.
Man, they look good.
Yeah, they did. And I believe that there was a new poll out this past week, and in one of those polls, they were ranked number 1 in the state.
Really?
In another poll, I think they had them like 3rd or 4th or something like that. But just to be in the top 5, top 10, top 5, that's an honor.
Well, I'll tell you what, whoever has them ranked, whichever poll has them ranked number 1, that's not a bad ranking.
No.
That's not a bad decision.
Yeah.
So, that's doable.
Mm-hmm. And we've seen a couple teams that are ranked this year. We watched the Brownsburg Liberty Christian game. They got Brownsburg ranked up there, top 5. So, we're seeing
Which
some
they
talent.
should be.
Yeah, they played really well in the game that we saw them. So
Yes, they did.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we started out Tuesday at Arsenal Tech, Fisher's game, and then we were right back out at Wednesday. We went and watched the Delville girls take on the Randolph Southern girls at Delville.
Oh, that was a good game.
It was a good game. We saw some pretty good players in that game. We hadn't covered either of those teams yet, and it was nice to get over to Bronco country and check out the girls team. So that was fun. And then Thursday, we went to the Lapel Greenfield-Central girls game. Got to see Coach Newby and his team in action again. And that's the second time we've actually seen Lapel. We haven't broadcasted them. We took, we went and filmed a little bit and got some highlights from their first Anderson-Lapel girls game. And we did get to see Greenfield-Central play against Pendleton girls this year.
Yes.
But that was the first game that we broadcasted for Lapel and Greenfield-Central. Well, the second one for Greenfield-Central because we did the Lapel girls game. But, what a good game that was. And then we had a great interview with Coach Newby afterwards, which – we talk about all the time. These coaches around here are outstanding. So
yes, they are.
Yeah. And then Friday, Friday we went to the Alexandria Frankton girls game. Thank you, Mickey Hosier, AD and girls coach up there at Alexandria. Actually, the whole Tiger family has been great to us, and they let us come in and do some recording. And man, what a game that was!
Yes.
And we're going to show highlights of all these here today. So yeah, I'm pretty excited.
Listen. I don't know why in the world it feel like, man, and it just started. But anyways, if you have not been out to watch any of the Madison County boys or girls basketball teams, listen, you are missing out. They're missing out, Zach.
Yeah, and, you know, we bring this up during our broadcast, Kojak, but I was guilty of it too. You know, I wasn't getting out, and I was going to Florida in the winter times, and I wasn't getting out and supporting some of these kids. But, man, I missed out because I'm so thankful that we're going now because we're seeing some great basketball, some kids that dive on the floor, they hustle. I mean, they're doing what their coaches and coaching staff tells them to do.
Man, well, you know what? Now you going to make me, since you testifying about, you know, you missing out, then I got to say I was missing out too, because I would go watch a couple Anderson games. But man, listen, to know that, yeah, I was seeing some great basketball, some good basketball, but I was missing out because I was limiting myself to just going to watch Anderson.
Right.
And man, we have been blessed to see all these other different schools in Madison County. Listen, you know what? There's going to be a time where I just show up. I may just, me and my wife or something, we just may be like when you go out of town or whatnot, man, we just may go to a basketball game in Frankton or Elwood or something, man. I mean, you know, it's that addictive now. Yeah.
And speaking of Elwood, and there's a couple teams out there that we haven't covered yet. We're coming. We're going to be there. You know, we haven't covered APA boys and girls yet. We're going to come and cover both of those teams. The Elwood. Well, I mean, we haven't been to Elwood to cover the Elwood girls game yet,
or the boys there at Elwood.
That's correct. Yes. And even Alexandria. We haven't done the Alexandria boys yet. Yep. So we're coming. We're going to be there.
Yeah, definitely. We are definitely on our way. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't. But
what I didn't know, you know, see a lot of people may know what involves editing. You know what I'm saying? But I'm one that I don't have that information on what it takes. You know, I don't have that knowledge. But I was talking to somebody and they was telling me, hey, listen, that is a lot of work. And so for us to be going to 4 or 5 games and then this man over here is editing, him and the producer.
I got to give credit to ND as well.
Yeah. I know Nikki. But see, that's her background. So a lot of that not saying that it's less time consuming.
Correct.
It's still time consuming, but she understands what she's doing.
She's an IT girl, yeah.
Right. So, you know, and then with that being said, that being her background, but it's still, you know, it takes time, man. So this guy, they are editing all of the games, and we are going to 4 to 5 games a week. And so, man, listen, man, this content is getting out there, but that's how committed we are as a group, man.
What a great team we have.
Yeah, listen, for real.
And I got to say, Kojak, some of the content that we're putting out, it's surprised me. It's really good. Like some of the games we've been going to and covering, and even the show that we're doing. I mean, you know, we're rookies. We talked about being rookies again, but, you know, we're figuring it out.
And we love it.
I love it.
New kids on the block. Like, listen, come on with it. We're going to take everything that comes along with it, but we're going to do that. Yeah. You know, I got to say this real quick before we move on, Zach. Yeah. My wife, she watches, I mean, like as soon as I don't know if she got a special alarm that goes off whenever the games are up.
Yeah, she probably gets a notification, and those of you out there need to do the same thing. Turn on your notifications so when we get these edited and get them sent out, you'll get a notification saying that they're out there. So.
Okay, because she be on it. She be like, yeah, the game is up. I already watched it. I'm like, it's like 7 o'clock, like in the morning. How you watch it already? Yeah, I've already watched it. So she's already watching it, man, and I'm so grateful for that because one of her number one reasons is she want to make sure that if nobody views it, that she's going to view it, you know, because of the work that has been put in. She's like, look at here, if don't nobody watch it, I'm going to be the one that watch it.
Well, there are people watching it.
Yeah.
And what's great about that is we're starting to get a lot of good feedback from some of the parents, some of the players, some of the coaches, some of the ADs. It's been amazing, Kojak. You know, when we start doing this, I did it because we love basketball.
Yes.
You know, but the more we go to these games and the more people come up to us and talk to us about how our content is helping them or changing their kids' lives or it's changing my life as well, man.
Absolutely, Zach. You know, I believe like this, man. A lot of times we want, a lot of times we bring up, hey, this generation, they wasn't raised like us, you know. Yeah. Well, yeah, of course. So that's nothing that needs to be brought up or thrown in their face. This is a different generation. They wasn't raised like we were raised. They don't look at things the way we look at things. So let's just move on from that point. But the thing about it is there's some things that we've experienced in our day, especially playing basketball, that these kids, they just won't understand because of the level of excitement, the level of attendance, the level of coverage that we received being here from Anderson, you know. And so we want to definitely be able to give back some of that, man, just to let them know, look, we're here to support you, because how wonderful was it to know that the community knew who you were and would pat you on the back or give you a thumbs up.
It was amazing, Kojak.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you'd mentioned that how we were covered. I mean, they had our high school games on TV. Yeah. They did. Every game was on the radio back then. The newspaper was all over the place. And, you know, we talk about this all the time. Mr. Rob Hunt and some of these.
Rick Teverball.
Yeah. I mean, I've got a new respect for these guys. You know what I mean? Because we've been tearing it up, man. We've been going to as many games as we can, and they're there. They're at every game we're at. So,
man, I think they got some twins, man, especially Rob Hunt. I think Rob Hunt got triplets. I think he's part of a triplet.
He said we were stalking him.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out, like, how he had all these games, man.
He does a good job, man. And,
yeah, he does.
You know what I mean? Hats off to all these people that are covering these kids, because it's work. It's not easy, is it, Kojak? But it's fun.
Man, listen, it's exciting because, you know what, Zach, whenever you could really touch a kid, man, I think, man, there's nothing more rewarding, man, to see the fruit of your labor. You know, you just taking the time to just come up and shake a kid's hand, man. You never know, like ND, what she said. We went and we talked to one player, and player, you know, was going through, you know, had a little emotional breakdown, pretty much. And after we talked to her, you know, she skipped out of the gym, you know.
Changed her whole attitude, did it?
Exactly, you know. And so that's what I'm talking about, man. If we're able to do that, man, just to give an encouraging word, man, or a hug or a handshake or just some type of acknowledgement to where, man, they look at life differently. They look at the experience that they just went through differently.
And, you know, and she had a really good game that game, and I hated to see her have that kind of, you know, the way it ended, you know what I mean? It upset her, and it was so great to see her whole demeanor change before we left the gym. And I've got to be honest too, Kojak, one of my favorite parts that we're doing now are the after-game interviews. Yeah, how exciting is it to get these coaches and kids after the game and get their point of view?
Absolutely. You know? I'm with you, Zach.
Yeah. Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. So then, to finish the week off, we went Saturday. We had a two-a-day Saturday, our first two-a-day, which, man. So we went to the
biter.
We went to the we went to the Anderson Indian girls game against Harrison.
Oh, yeah.
At the TP, and we had a good interview with Coach Boyd after that.
Yes.
Yeah. So make sure if you go back and check out some of these games that we've been broadcasting, because it's good stuff. And then after the game, didn't mean to interrupt you there, Coach.
No, you good.
After the game, we have these great interviews with these coaches and players. So. But then we finished the evening after we left the Anderson girls game against Harrison.
Before you go there, Zach, you know why it's important for them to go back and look at the videos, especially the kids. Listen to me. If you are a player and you've seen us come to your game, and please go back and watch especially the videos or the interviews, because you may get some inside information that your coach is sharing that you could use, you know, to get on the court, you know, to put yourself in a better position. So you need to make sure that you go back and check out those interviews.
Yeah, because some of the stuff that's mentioned is very important, you know, for these kids to listen to, and even parents. The parents need to listen to what's going on in some of these coaches' heads.
You're right.
You know, because the kids come home and they don't quite understand. They're not at practice. They don't see what happens, and that's why it's great to get some of this behind the scenes stuff.
That's good.
You know?
You're right.
Yeah, it is. And then I don't mean to move on.
No, move on.
We moved on, after the Anderson-Harrison game, which was a good game. You know, we saw a lot of good things happen in that game. But anyway, we went over to Delville, and we watched we broadcasted the Delville-Elwood game, boys game, and man, what a treat that was.
Man, listen, that game right there, I'm just going to be honest, Zach, because that's the only thing I know how to do right now. Yep. You know, that's the best finish. The last 5 minutes of a game, that's the best last 5 minutes of a game that I've seen.
Yeah, it was a good
personally this year.
It was a good one. Like, you need to go back and watch that game because it is outstanding. And the finish of that game.
Goodness, man.
Okay, I got to tell you, we went over to Delville, and Coach Fouch and the Delville Bronco family, they had we went and ate. I mean, they had dinner.
Ate good.
Yeah, we ate good. And Kojak,
we ate really good.
Really good. In fact, Kojak and I was kind of worried about maybe falling asleep during the game because we'd already covered a game earlier.
Right.
But I got to tell you, Kojak, there was no falling asleep during that game. No. It was exciting.
Man, listen,
lead changes.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness,
and
man.
We're going to show highlights of that game here in a little bit, too. So
I can't wait. I can't wait to see it again.
Me too.
You hear me?
I'm excited. So, yeah, you ready to get into the Arsenal Tech Fishers game? Let's show these folks the highlights, and then we'll come back and chat about it a little bit.
That'll work.
All right, check these out.
Get ready.
Quick, isn't it, Coach Jack?
Wow. Yeah, that was lightning
Mr.
quick.
Sims, yes, for the first two.
6'5", 6'6".
6'6", yeah. Nice take by Cooper.
Nice take. Nice
take. A good start for Cooper.
I know, listen, they're going to do well tonight.
Yeah, because he looks sharp, good. Now, Coach Jack, I'll tell you what, that was a big-time move right there by Mr. Garner. Uh-oh.
Whoa!
That was nasty.
Oh, my goodness. Listen, Zach, I did not expect that, but Cooper, nice take.
Nice finish by Cooper Zachary.
Nice take.
He's got 5 quick ones over here.
Oh, nice.
Mr. Garner with the
back.
finish.
7C, it just seemed like
that take from him, too.
Hey, you know what? I was just saying, Zach.
Inside to the big fella.
Oh, nice. Wait a second. I'm loving this. Oh, wow.
Nice finish.
Nice. He can get to the rim. Really? You're going to have to help.
Nice pass. Good.
Yeah,
that was a great move. Nice finish by Jason Garner. Yeah, they are. Garner with the 3.
Wow.
They knocked it down. He does.
Oh, nice.
They're looking good. Nice shot. You know what? I got to get that nice penetration and dish. Ooh, that's another nice 3.
Back at him.
3, 2.
Oh, nice.
Nice finish by Cooper at the buzzer. Cool, but gotta help.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, wow. Nice take. Mr. Hall.
Nice pass. Penetration and pass.
Great pass by Cooper Zachary.
Mr. Garner with the finish.
Yes. That
and he got the rebound.
Shot.
Now he's going coast to coast. Big fella. Nasty.
A lot of them, you can't throw the ball. Good
that was
shot.
the right decision. Get it in the middle of the floor. That was a nice shot. Jump shot.
And move the ball. This is where you move the ball.
Nice floater. Nice drive. Look at that. Nice finish. Oh.
Oh, absolutely.
Nice move. Nice. Another assist by Zachary. Nice flush. Nice.
There you go.
That was good basketball.
Absolutely.
Right, and they cut it to 7. Nice penetration by Cooper. Nice finish.
Oh,
that was nasty.
That was nasty.
That was a great drive and finish by Cooper Zachary.
Fundamentally sound. He's doing exactly what flush time.
Yes, it is. Nice penetration.
Strong.
Uh-oh.
Nice dunk.
Converts both free throws. 7 seconds.
Nice shot.
I agree with that.
Into a rhythm, and then work your way on out.
Mr. Garner going down low, doing some work, and finish. 39, 6:10 left in the fourth quarter. Nice footwork down there.
Great footwork.
Kojak.
Yeah, he's got
a nice shot.
Yeah.
Oh, nice finish. Good closeout.
And his IQ, man. Woo! Nice dunk.
They're going to be hard to beat throughout this season.
Correct.
Nice finisher, man.
Nice finish. He's having the game.
Heck of a game.
Look at the big fella. That's
nice shot, wasn't it? Yeah, they're gonna be tough the next 4 years. Good
nice by
good
Mr.
dish.
Sims. Big strong move, yes.
Nice take. He's a finisher too, Kojak.
Yes, he is. 15, 16, 17.
Yeah. Nice shot.
Nice shot.
Going to be 71-53. Fisher's over 10. Yeah. Well, Kojak, what do you think?
We're back.
Yes, sir.
We're back. We just saw the highlights, and at the end of them highlights, I said, "What do you think, Kojak?"
Listen, Zach, I think it's self-explanatory.
Yeah.
You saw what I saw.
Yeah.
Listen, Fishers has a lot of pieces.
Yeah, they do.
Yes, they do. A lot of pieces. And I'm telling you, man, your nephew, Cooper Zachary, man, he's impressive.
He's a player.
I mean, for him to be able to handle himself up under, against that type of athleticism, speed, age, for him to handle himself the way he did, it was sweet. Oh, it was sweet.
Yeah, he played good. People, I was kind of shocked at some of the things that he did in that game, actually.
Yes, you were.
Not because I haven't seen him before. I have seen him do those kind of moves and score like that. However, I've never seen him do that at the varsity level. And to be honest, Kojak, I've never seen him do it against a bunch of athletes like Arsenal Tech has. Those guys are, man,
yes,
they play above the rim.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, they're going to be really good this year.
You know what? I think they really could be. In the postseason, Zach, I really think that Arsenal Tech can be in that conversation, man.
I agree with you.
But I really think that they need to really take pride in defense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fisher's some of their offense was a little too easy, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. And they took advantage of that, which is a good thing. We taking what the defense give you, and we've seen that. You mentioned to me about Jason Garner.
Yeah.
Listen, you told me, you said, man, this young kid is a stud, man. And Zach, I'm telling you, he didn't disappoint.
No, he's got a body and he knows how to use it.
Yes,
and
he does.
And he can leap. He's a jumper. He's athletic. He's the whole package too, Kojak, and he's only a freshman with
only
Cooper.
A freshman.
Yeah, so they've got a lot of good years coming up. Coach Weininger's got to be smiling.
Listen, he does, and you get some teams where they have, it's like, man, the pieces that I have, I don't want to play my freshman and my two freshmen together because, man, I would love to see them playing together.
Yeah,
and it would be fabulous. And man, listen, they're going to be an issue. You hear me? I'm not talking about next year or the year. I'm talking about right now.
Yeah,
they will be a problem here soon. But that's a good problem to have.
it is.
Well, we got to choose which one we're going to play. The coach has to choose which one he's going to play. Why? Because they have other pieces.
They've got a lot of great.
Their roles.
They've got a lot of great players, Kojak,
Yes,
and we got to start out with the big guy, number 23, Keenan Garner. What a great basketball player he is. 6'6", 6'7", and not only does he play down low on the block, but man, he can play just about anywhere on the floor.
You know,
and can handle the ball.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
You know who he reminds me of, Zach?
Who's
I was
that?
just thinking about it. He reminds me of a modern day Charles Barkley.
Okay. Big
Seriously.
Charles.
Big Charles, because you know you got 6'6",
Yeah.
and you know Charles was, I think, like 6'4", if I'm not mistaken, but he played so big.
Played like he was 6'10".
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so you have that young man who's down low. He's the big for Fishers, but man, he's coast to coast. He's taking the ball. He's bringing the ball up the court. Man, he's making moves, but he knows how to play down low too, man. And he's just strong. I haven't seen, well, I mean, you know, in those highlights, you see that no one person can hold him.
No. In fact, Arsenal Tech tried to double team him down low every time, and you have to. I mean, because if he gets the ball down there, it's probably going to go in the basket. So,
or he'll be at the free throw line.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah. You got to foul him.
And then if you double, and he did a pretty good job of kicking it out and finding, and the shooters are snipers.
Yeah, yeah. Fishers can shoot the ball.
Man, listen, Fishers. Oh, what's the coaches poll saying about them?
Well,
the AP poll.
They just came out today. Actually, the new coaches poll came out, and by the way, Fishers is now 5-0. They just beat Mount Vernon, and they beat Noblesville at home this past week as well. And Noblesville's tough this year. So the new coaches poll, they have Lawrence North at number 1.
Okay,
and then they've got Fishers at number 2.
Okay.
So, I mean, they're high. They're up there on the ranking. And then the AP poll has Fishers at number 1. So, either way you look at it, you're in the top 5 or top 2, 1 and 2 in both polls. So,
wow. I haven't seen Lawrence North.
I haven't either yet.
But based off of what I've seen from Fishers, man, that's not. I mean, if you have them number 1, that's not a bad decision.
No.
It's not. And for Fishers to beat Noblesville, I think Noblesville beat Kokomo, didn't they?
I'm not sure, but I know that Fishers were down 10 in that game and made a run in the third quarter. They had a really good third quarter, and they came back and took the lead in the third quarter and then held on to it. Held on to it at the end of the game, and they ended up winning that game against Noblesville. Noblesville has some players, man.
That's what I heard.
Yeah,
I haven't seen them, but that's what I heard. Do you know what they're ranked?
I don't know what Noblesville's ranked, no.
Okay.
Yeah, and then a couple other players that go with Fishers, man. They got a couple shooters. Metzger, that dude can light it up. Yeah, he's a shooter.
Straight string music.
Yeah, and then we saw Kirby hit a couple too.
Yes.
I mean, hey.
Yes,
They've got a lot of weapons right now.
They do. I tell you what, they have Mr. I think it's Hall.
Yep.
Great athlete. You hear me? Mm-hmm. He's a great athlete, and I'm gonna tell you, I really seen his athleticism on 2 plays. One was when Cooper went to the bucket and he kicked it to him, and he cut down the lane and just almost like vertically went up and dunked it 2 hands. I mean, like with no problem,
easily.
Yeah. Now for him, man, he could have cocked that thing back. Which, oh my goodness, I wish he would have did that, you know. But also another play when he went up to block a shot. Man, listen. Oh my goodness, man. That kid is an athlete.
He's a leaper, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
He is. You know, right now, Zach, and I'm serious, he's the type of player that you could see playing for Kansas.
He'd fit right in there, wouldn't he?
Man, don't he? Yes.
You know, Fishers is fun to watch. You know, we've only seen him once this year, but they played like a top 5 team. They shared the ball. They were knocking down shots. They defended well.
Yes.
I mean, they were the whole package, the game that we watched them play. And then Arsenal Tech, go ahead. I didn't mean
No, go ahead, because I was just about to say Arsenal Tech, they have all the pieces that's needed.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And you know what? I think once they figure out how to put all those pieces together, they're going to be dangerous. Not just good, I think they'll be dangerous.
I am in agreement with you 100%, Zach. Yeah. Seriously, because like you said, they have all the pieces, man. When they make up in their mind that it's not about one shining or 2 shining, but we all gonna shine as a team.
Yeah, I agree.
When they get that team concept, man, it's gonna be an issue.
I agree, Kojak, because there was a lot of times in that game where we saw several individuals for Arsenal Tech take it in, penetrate, but it would be 1-on-3, 1-on-4.
Right.
You know, every once in a while they would kick out to an open guy and they would knock that shot down, they've got to continue to look for their teammates. They got to trust in their teammates.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
Zach. Absolutely. And then when they see, it's almost like they got stuck watching, their teammates making a move to the bucket, and they would sit outside the 3-point line as if, man, kick me. But, man, listen, as good as they are, as good as athletes that they are, man, if they follow some of that, oh, my goodness, man. I'm talking about a straight show, man. They have the pieces, man, that if they really postseason, you got to have Arsenal Tech in that conversation.
Yeah, and
talking about the state run.
Yeah, and Coach Turner and that staff over there, they got a great staff over there at Arsenal Tech.
Yes,
They're going to have
do.
those guys ready.
Yeah.
And
I
to be
believe
quite
that.
honest with you, that's what the season is for. To get ready to prepare yourself for the postseason.
Right.
So I know records, everybody talks about records, this and that, but if you're losing, but you're learning through that process, and you carry that over to the practice, I say this all the time, and then in the next game or whatever, you're going to get better and better.
I agree with that.
And
I
agree
with that.
And Arsenal Tech, man, they've got a couple guards that were outstanding.
Mr. Sims,
quick.
God.
We talked about how fast he was, and we talked about some other guys that we've watched that are fast around here. Mr. Tywayne Fuller's one of them.
Yes. Man, Mr. Sims,
He's
listen, and they could see in the highlights when he broke it down, and a pretty dish.
Yeah, it was nasty.
Wrapped around one of Fisher's players and kicked it to his, God, man, that was so pretty.
Yeah.
But that's how fast he is. Come out of a spin, attack the basket. He draw, he kick it. And listen, man, that Mr. Sims, I seen him go past Mr. Zachary one time.
Yes, he did.
And you know what? And I think he really baptized Mr. Zachary, to varsity basketball because he blew past him one time. And guess what? And Mr. Zachary, he said, "Oh no. We can't allow that to happen no more." And he adjusted.
He did adjust.
See, that was one of the things that I loved about that young man. He
Yeah.
adjusted to, one of Mr. Sims' strengths. Yeah, man. So absolutely.
Yeah, you're right about that. I remember that. And then, of course, number 0, Alexander Harris. What a player he is, man.
I heard about him. Even Coach spoke. Man, listen, Coach spoke highly about some of the players that he had, man, on this Arsenal Tech team. Definitely. So I was hearing about, Mr. Harris, and
he was fun to watch. I'm not going to lie. He made some outstanding plays. He's a scorer, man.
You can tell he's a scorer. You can tell that he's a scorer. You know what I would love to see, Mr. Harris? I would love, because it's almost like I need him to do it like with an urgency.
Yeah.
Like aggressive attacking. But then when you attack, I need to know if you go to the next level, D1 or whatnot, can you get the ball because you're a scorer, but can you facilitate the ball, to who we may need you to get it to? So to see that part of his game develop now, listen, if he's
tough. He's tough. And, all these kids need tweaking. You know what I mean? All of them need to work on their game still. They all need tweaking. But as the season progresses, Kojak, you need to get out and watch some of these kids because they're fun to watch.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Yes, they are, Zach.
And then number 24, Devin Craig, what an athlete he is. I mean, he had a couple flushes. He plays way above the rim. I mean,
oh my goodness. It seemed like when he walk, he jumping. You hear me? That's the type of athleticism he has. When he walking, it seemed like he just bounces off the ground.
Yeah.
He had the one flush.
Yeah.
It shocked me, Zach, because I didn't think that he was going to do it. I was blown away.
We saw a lot of dunks in that game, didn't we?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
But by far, that was the best.
Yeah.
To me, that was the best one.
I'm with you.
Yeah, by far.
But that just shows you how, Arsenal Tech, they have the pieces.
Oh, yeah.
They do. And Coach Turner is going to get them playing well together. Just share the ball. Trust in your teammates.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're saying exactly right.
And then also, defense. You got to take pride in your defense.
Listen, you have to take – because they are too good and they are too athletic for them not to be a defensive nightmare.
Yeah.
For a team, because we seen Cooper Zachary. Listen, you let a freshman, the shortest man on the court, he went through 4 people and laid it up and they watched him.
Yeah.
And there's no way in the world.
No.
There's no way in the world. And so when they really buy into this defense, team defense,
yeah,
man, you talking about a nightmare.
Well, you said look for their name in the postseason because they're going to be there.
I believe it, and we haven't seen all of the teams that are in Indianapolis.
That's true.
And the surrounding that comes out of those sectionals or whatnot. But I'm just going off of knowing basketball and knowing what we see.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, and matching them up to Fishers.
Yeah, who's now number 1 and number 2 in the state in 2 polls. So
correct.
Yeah.
And so with that matching them up, I still believe that Arsenal Tech is going to be in that conversation postseason.
I do too, Kojak. I do too.
If they fall in love with defense.
Yeah, they need to do that. They have to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then after that game, Wednesday, we went over to Daleville Broncos, and we got to watch the Daleville Broncos girls take on Randolph Southern girls. That was a pretty good game, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was. Matter of fact, they had a nice score from Randolph Southern.
Yes, they did. Man, she could light it up.
Miss Allen?
Yeah, she's a player, isn't she?
Man, I tell you, man, it just blows me away, Zach. The level of not only competition, but the level of talent, man, that we're seeing, man, on this high school level, man, girls and boys. But at this time, we're talking about the girls.
Yeah, talking about the girls.
And we seen some nice play.
Yeah, we did. Randolph Southern came in. They took care of business over at Delville, but, man, it was a good game. It was close until the end. And, even Delville, they got some pretty nice pieces. They're young. They play a lot of young kids. They got 4 freshmen on the team.
I love, and I know you love the underclassmen thing.
I do.
Yeah.
They only have 2 seniors over there, so
Big Bucket Williams.
That's right, Big Bucket Williams.
Big Bucket Williams, man.
And we're getting ready to show the highlights of that game. So check out these girls, And then at the end of that game, Olivia Pratchard, I know she got in foul trouble early, but man, what an ending she had. That fourth quarter, she came out to play.
Man, it's amazing. But even when we get to the boys' Daleville game, it's almost like her and Mr. We call him the Tank. But Colvin.
Noah Colvin.
Yeah, Noah Colvin. It's like, and both of them had 4 fouls.
Yes, they did.
And played like a different individual.
Played the entire fourth quarter with 4 fouls.
Yes, aggressive. And man, listen, man, they really. That's why I'm just blown away.
Yeah.
And that's why I say, well, maybe she need to go ahead and just start out with 4 fouls.
Yeah. That's funny. That's good, Coach.
Start her out with 4. So
yeah. And then, of course, Addie Gothrop, she's
the
young,
bank?
only a sophomore, but what a game she had.
The bank?
Yeah.
Listen, the bank, I love the fact that she shot a shot and it hit the side of the backboard.
Yep.
They got the ball back, kicked it back to her, and we was just talking, and I said, man, Zach, listen, you need to keep shooting. Don't you stop.
That's
and listen,
exactly what
I don't know if she heard us, but the next time, very next play.
Yeah, they were at the other end of the floor, but your voice carries that she may have heard.
Is that what it is?
I don't know. She might have.
Well, I tell you what, she responded
she
exactly.
Nailed it, didn't she?
Listen,
yeah.
And shot it with confidence.
Yes,
like,
did.
Listen here, hey, that first one, look, short-term memory, like you say.
I say it all the time, don't I?
Man.
Hey, we're going to go ahead and roll these highlights for you. The Delville girls versus Randolph Southern. Check these girls out. We'll come back and talk about it in a minute.
Absolutely.
Nice stop and just, kick back. Oh, nice. That's the watch. Nice finish. Coach is saying, there you go. You got to get them hands up.
Nice take.
Threw the ball away.
Good. You know what? That's pretty good. Sharing the ball. That's nice. Ooh, good hustle. Went to the right person for Randolph Southern.
It did too, Zach.
Nice rebound, Model.
Nice rebound, Campbell.
Get in there with your hands up.
Good outlet.
Nice, yes.
Nice.
Rainbow. Straight to the basket. Clear. Nice leg. Oh. Nice finish. Yeah, great. Taking it strong to the basket, Kojak. Nice. That was a great finish. Get those hands up.
Yeah,
you got to
do.
communicate. Close out with your hand up.
That was a nice penetrating kick.
It was a nice shot, too. Yeah. That's good basketball, right?
Yeah, that is.
Taking your hand up.
And you know what that was, Zach? That was just good ball fake. They're getting them second chance shots.
They are. They're going to hit some of those sooner or later, aren't they, Coach?
Yeah, you
That was a good shot.
And Smith is the player.
Nice take.
That was a nice take.
Tell you what, Randolph Southern moves that ball well, don't they?
Start penetrating from the wings, penetrating the gap, drawing those.
Yes, nice finish. Yeah, I like her confidence.
Yeah, absolutely.
There it is.
I said foul again. Let's go throw the rain.
Look at here.
Oh, great job. Great job,
I like them in transition, Coach.
Oh, Miss Williams. Big bucket Williams. Great half.
I got to tell you, Coach Jack, the Lady Broncos have brought that back. Now they're leading 29-26 at the half. What a turnaround for this job. She seems to get her hands on a lot of those, doesn't she?
Oh, yeah. 2 easy baskets. Yeah. 2 easy baskets for Randolph Southern. Rebound. You can't let Miss Allen have uncontested shots like that.
She has 17 on the game
so far.
Mr.
Gotham come back. She come back and answer them.
I'm going to tell you what. She has some nice offensive skills, Coach Jack.
Basketball.
Yes, they do.
And that's the guards. It's not them. Miss Allen is going to
do that. She's going to do that all night. Nice finish.
Here we go.
Nice finish.
Big bucket Williams.
That's right. Here we go. Screen in. Get her a shot in the corner.
Oh.
And she nailed it, Kojak.
Man, I tell you, Addison, the bank.
I like it. Got to play D right there.
Got to be
Gotta
strong
get
with
back.
the ball.
Try to tip that. She's a scorer.
I knew the rest was going to be short.
Yeah. That was too easy right there.
Spin the ball alive.
Can't let her shoot.
No.
And that's why.
Oh, good luck.
Got to finish that.
Oh!
That was a great play.
The glass ball.
Have to.
Yep. Good ball fake. Miss Allen is having a game.
29. She's got 29 now, Coach Jack. Let's got her. Taking her to the basket.
With
nice
the right
finish.
hand.
I'll tell you what,
the bank.
I agree with that. Look at there.
Oh,
nice
great pass. Great bucket.
That was nice.
By Big Bucket Williams. Yes, she has.
Olivia with the ball.
Yes.
Good pass.
Great job.
For the glass.
Oh, great job. Make them come out too.
Look here.
Great steal.
Yeah.
That was a great job. Great push. By Miss Pratchett. And knocks it down. Gotta get that rebound. They're going to miss Allen again.
34 points with her tonight.
That was a nice attempt.
Yeah.
Oh,
right there. The hands.
The hands, and she gets the bucket.
She did not give up there, Coach.
Come on now.
Good job. It up to Miss Pratchett. For three.
And pop is good. Nice shot by Olivia.
If they needed it right then. Olivia bringing it up. Stop. Oh, stay with it.
And she stayed with it. And the ball, too. So what they got? Oh, easy bucket.
8 seconds to go.
And one.
What's going to happen here? She's going to have 2 shots here. I'm not sure how much time they're going to put back on the clock. 60 to 56. Are they going to give it to her?
I don't know.
Wiping it away. Wiping it away.
Oh, wow.
4-point game.
Hey, welcome back, everybody, to the Kojak and Zach Show.
That's right. Man, those highlights were pretty good, weren't they, Kojak?
Man, listen, it had me in my seat moving like, had me jumping and everything. I'm glad I just didn't have to, actually do it.
Yeah, I mean, Delville, they came out and played hard. They had some great moments in that game. I mean, and they went up against Miss Allen, she had 34 points in that game, Kojak, for Randolph Southern. What a player she is.
Listen, Zach, you right about that. Yeah. And that 34, it wasn't a quiet 34 either. No. You know, every time they came down the court, you heard Allen, you know, Haley Allen, you know, and I'm like, man, listen, y'all better find where Miss Allen at. Mm-hmm. That's the type of stuff, man, when you allow a player to be offensively successful on you like that, you wake up screaming nightmares. No, Haley, you know what I'm saying? Just, man, listen.
And the scary part about that, Kojak, she's a 6-foot sophomore. So she's going to be around for 3 more years.
I tell you what.
Or 2 after this. But
you might as well get used to hearing Haley Allen because I'm telling you, people definitely going to know who she is.
Yeah.
And what is she averaging? Is that, you know?
I'll look that up. I don't know. I don't have that with me right now, but a lot. She's their leading scorer. I think going into the game, it was like 15, 16 a game, I think, going into that game against Delville. But
well, that went up.
Yeah, it definitely went up because they haven't played that many games either, you know, 5 or 6 games, I think. So, but anyway, Randolph.
She was a player.
Yeah, Randolph Southern ended up winning that game 60-56, 4-point game. And Miss Pratchard at the end, if she would have hit that 3 and went to the free throw line, they probably would have continued the game, and instead, since they were down 4, they went ahead and wiped that foul off and just stopped the game. So,
man, what if that? Man, listen, man,
if that would have fell, it would have been different.
Oh my goodness,
it would have been as exciting as the boys' game that we're going to get into here in a little bit.
That's what I'm saying, man. The type of excitement that we've been seeing, man, and been able to witness at these games, man, it's just unmatched, man. I'm telling you, y'all need. I'm gonna say it again. You need to get out here and go to a game. I don't care what game you go to. Just go to a game, you know, because I guarantee you here in Madison County, I can't speak for a lot of other counties, but I'm telling you, Madison County and the surrounding cities, Daleville, you know, Shenandoah, whatnot, listen, you're going to see some good basketball.
And just to let you know, and the new polls came out for the girls, and there's 3 or 4 ranked teams in Madison County around here that's in the top 10. So, you know, I don't know what class each one of them's in, Class A, you know, whatever. But there's some ranked girls teams around here. Get out and watch them.
Yes, sir.
And you know, we talked about how young Delville is too. You know, they've got some great players. How about Addison Gothrop? Sophomore.
Oh, man, come on, man. You talking about the bank?
The bank.
Addie the bank Gothrop. You listen.
She had a good game, didn't she?
Man, she did.
Yeah, I mean, she's averaging 12.9 points a game now, and she did not disappoint in that game.
No, she did not. Mm-mm. She did not. And to know that she's as young as she is. Listen,
sophomore.
Absolutely. I can expect big things out of her. If she puts the work in, it's going to be scary. If she put that work in, I'm not talking about, hey, you just playing basketball when basketball season start.
Yeah, right.
But if you're working on your game, she
can take it as far as she wants to take it if she wants it bad enough. Yeah.
Yes, sir. I mean, because I like her bounce, man.
Yeah.
I mean, she just got that bounce to where it's easy to add skills to her. You know.
And you know what else, Kojak? She took the ball to the basket hard.
Yes, she did.
When she was going to that basket, you didn't want to step in front of her because you're going to get run over.
Right. And, you know, she got some swag to her game, too. She would have probably hit you with the Euro. You know, you go to stand there and she just hit you with the Euro, man.
Yeah.
You know what? What I'm going to suggest to the bank is, listen, you need to get with ZBA so you can get some shots up.
Thank you,
You know, no, seriously. You know, mom, dad, Mr. and Mrs. Gothrop. Listen, you need to contact Randy Zachary to get the bank signed up for ZBA, man, because I can see if she's really working on her shot and her shot, if it gets better, oh my goodness, man, the game is going to be easier for her because it's like, how do we guard somebody that's knocking the shot down and she has enough quickness to where she can get around a defender?
Yeah, and she finishes down low too. I mean, and not only that, she's a lefty, Kojak.
Yes.
But there was a couple times we saw her go to the right and finish with the right. And it was pretty.
Because I asked her that,
Yes,
Zach.
you
I
did.
was like, listen, you know, I thought that she was just left-handed. You know, so I was like, hey, you know, and I seen her go to the right. And so I didn't know if it was a mistake. So you know how sometimes mistakes happen. They just throw something up, you know. But she was like, oh, no, I do them both.
Yeah. I was impressed with her.
Well, all right.
Yeah, I was impressed. And then how about Miss Williams?
Oh,
I'm going to let you say it.
You talking about Big Bucket Williams?
Yes, Big Bucket Williams, Isabel Williams.
Man, listen, man, Big Buckets, she put up some numbers.
She did.
She was knocking down some shots, which helped Delville, the Lady Broncos, stay in the game.
Yes, totally agree with that.
Yeah.
She's averaging 13.5 points a game right now, and that's only going to go up as well. You know what I mean? I mean, the way she plays, and she's not afraid to put that that ball in the basket, is she, Kojak?
No, she is not. She is not. And that's what makes the Lady Broncos, pretty good, because you have two offensive players that, that can get it done, get it done for you. And then they have a couple other players, man, that I think is a key to the Big Buckets and the bank doing what they do, man. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you, Zach, I want to just mention one of them, Emma, the Glass Voss.
Emma had a good game, and they have a couple players down low there, and we're going to get into the other ones as well. But, man, they get their hands on almost every rebound. They don't necessarily grab every rebound, but they're touching it. They're only going to get better, Kojak.
Keeping the ball alive creates an opportunity for us to get the ball. You know what I'm saying? Loose ball, 50-50 balls. Those two, and we got to go ahead and mention
her.
The second.
Miss Campbell.
The hands.
Modeling the hands, Campbell.
Modeling the hands, Campbell.
They both impressed me, Kojak.
They did.
Yeah, I mean, whether it was on the offensive glass or the defensive, they had their hands. They were touching every rebound. They didn't necessarily get all of them, but they had their hands involved in it. And man, that's hard to do, to have two girls like that that are as active as they are on the glass. So
you're right, Zach. Yeah. And I'm telling you, if they didn't have Miss Voss and Miss Campbell, listen, man, they would have Randolph Southern would have probably got 3 and 4 chances at a shot. I mean, they cut that down.
Yes, they did.
Because and they were able to Delville. The Lady Broncos were able to get second chance shots because of how active, the glass and the hands was.
That's right. And just to mention, Modeling Campbell, she's only a freshman.
Man,
so she's going to be around, Now Miss Voss, she's a senior this year.
Okay.
But they've got, like I said, they have 4 freshmen on that team. And, speaking of another freshman, I got to bring her up, Miss Olivia Pratchett. She's also in 9th grade, man. She's fast. When she starts refining, she's a ZBA girl.
Okay.
She's a ZBA
okay.
girl. But, the more experience that she gets, she's only going to get better. And she tore them up in that last quarter.
Listen to me. She did. She was really the difference maker.
Yeah.
In that last few minutes, she was the difference maker, defensively and offensively. She made some great passes, attacked the basket, and I think, she attacked the basket and dropped it down to Miss Voss.
Yeah.
And she was able to just lay it up. She didn't have to dribble, didn't have to do any of that, man. And defensively, she turned it up.
Yes, she did.
Even with 4 fouls.
I was getting ready to say she got in foul trouble too, didn't she?
Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
And you know what? She stepped up and knocked down some shots there at the end. Penetration and scoring.
Yes.
She had knocked down a big 3 there at the end.
Sure did.
Yeah. So.
And she did something that you told her to do. She went in, she shot the ball, and it got tipped. It got blocked. And you said, stay with it. And she stayed with it. I think she heard you, Zach.
And scored.
And then scored.
Yeah. So, I mean, Coach Hans, he's got to be excited to have some of these young players that he has, because I know their record right now doesn't necessarily show how good they are.
No, it don't.
Yeah, they're 3-5 right now. But listen, they're young. They're getting better. They're getting more experience. I'm telling you, they were fun to watch.
Yes, they were. And to have a coach, man, that believes in them.
Oh, what a great coach he is.
Oh, man, Coach Hans.
Great person,
Listen,
too.
man.
Thank you for letting us come in to practice and getting the interviews and stuff. And he's the whole Bronco family's top notch, but Coach Hanshoe.
And Coach
awesome.
Hanshoe, listen, I just got to give a shout out to him, man, because he's a believer. He let it know. He let it be known that, man, listen, I love Jesus Christ.
Yes, he does.
And I'm going to love these girls, with the love of Christ, man. And so it just lets me know that that's the right person for the Lady Broncos.
He cares about them.
Man, absolutely.
He cares about those girls.
But you know what else, Zach? He is a man of faith, so he understands what grace looked like. So they have enough room to make mistakes.
That's important too.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge. And with those mistakes, he's saying, I'm going to give you enough grace for you to make the mistake, but also to learn from it.
Yeah.
Man, that's huge when you have young players, Zach.
Yeah, we talked about that, how, you don't want those young kids playing scared. You want them out there just playing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And Coach does that. He doesn't make them fear anything. They make, those Coach Ashley Fouch at Delville.
Yes.
Those boys would run through a brick wall for her.
Yes, they would.
I also think the girls at Delville would run through a brick wall for their coach.
I agree with you.
Yeah. I mean, he's a great guy, great coach, and they're going to get better.
Yes, they are.
They're exciting.
So, hey, listen, y'all going to hear about this, Bronco country.
That's right. Yeah, they're getting better and better this year, but in the future, the next couple years, they're going to be really, really fun to
definitely.
watch. Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
And we're going to be there.
Yeah, we will. I'm excited
Front row
about
center.
that. And then before we move on to the Lapel Greenfield-Central game, the girls' game that we went to, we got to mention Coach's attire.
See, this is why I love, man, listen, it's like a glove and a hand. Look, we just fit, man. I mean, because I promise you, I was about to mention the same thing. And so for you, man, that's that oneness, man.
Yeah.
Zach, real quick before you go ahead and talk about Coach's jacket.
That was nice.
Yeah, that thing was cold.
It was pretty, Coach.
It was cold. It was cold. We're going to get it to you. Tailor-made. It was tailor-made for you. You hear me? But listen, man, like that oneness we have right now.
Yes, sir.
Honestly, man, if they would have allowed you to come to Anderson the senior year and we played, man, what you think?
It'd have been ugly. A lot of people say,
That's why I love this dude.
Here's the truth. A lot of people say, we were both scorers, Kojak.
Yeah.
I mean, we both put the ball in the hole.
Yeah.
So a lot of people say, "Oh, there's not enough basketballs to go around on that team." What? I'll tell you what I always say.
What you always say?
We would have just scored more points.
That's right.
We would have averaged 110 a game.
That's right. You right. I mean, because we did that when we played AAU.
That's right.
It's hard to believe, and I'll move on after this because we reliving those days.
Yeah, we are.
That we did get a chance to play. But man, I'm telling you, in AAU, we beat a team 109-4.
Yeah.
We beat a team 109-4.
I remember that.
Nowadays, what they're putting that on, on YouTube, on all different types of social medias and saying, man, look how bad this, man, 109-4.
I remember that game. And Coach Lark, he was our coach back in the day.
Man. Listen, you better not play with. Listen, see, it's not like that today.
No, it isn't.
We want to be. Listen, don't whoop them too bad. Hey, we got to be nice. No, we nice after the game.
After the game,
when we off the court. Yeah, listen, that's right. If you break into my house and I got a guard dog, that's not the time for him to be nice.
That's true.
You understand?
Yeah.
No, that's when the authorities get there. Then I'll call him off for you. But if they don't get there in time, then you just going to have to deal with that.
They're in trouble.
They in trouble. I love this dude.
I love this one.
Hey, straight assassin, man. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I had to deal with when we had to come and play, man. It's like, man, listen, I know this dude is coming in with the mindset of, man, I'm coming to destroy y'all. So we can't come in like, Zach, take it easy on us. Absolutely not.
No, I was trying to beat you.
Right.
I wasn't coming in there to lose.
Correct.
So, I'm I'm a competitor just like everybody else.
I love it,
So
man.
don't get me wrong. I took plenty of losses in the wigwam.
Yeah.
But hey, I got some in there too.
Yeah,
so.
you did. You did.
We better move on, man.
Yeah, we will.
We could talk about ourselves.
Hey, thank
all
y'all
night.
for allowing us, a flashback moment. We
go.
appreciate
We'll get
that.
into some more of those throughout this year.
Oh yeah, those are exciting.
So next, hey, we're gonna share some highlights. The next game we went to last Thursday, we went to see the Lapel girls versus Greenfield-Central girls. Now, we have seen Greenfield-Central girls play against Pendleton, and Pendleton took care of business in that game at Pendleton.
Yep.
And then we did see the Lapel girls play against the Anderson Indians. It was the Indian girls' first game of the year at the TP. And Lapel went in there and took care of business.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, but this is the first game that we got to broadcast for the Lapel Lady Bulldogs. So, hey, that reminds me, if you haven't seen any of these broadcasts, go to our YouTube channel or our website here, kojakandzach.com, and go check out some of these games. These games are pretty intense, some of them are. Yes, and you're going to see some good players.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. And especially, I'm just saying, you know, I know we're not going to just skip over Greenfield-Central. Man, listen, they have some pieces
they do.
On that team.
Yeah, we've seen them take a couple losses this year, Kojak, but the two teams that they played, I think they're a total of 14-2 combined or something. Yeah. So, I mean, Greenfield-Central, you know, that's another team and another coach. I would say keep your head up because they have the pieces, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Yes, they do. I got one on there, man. I love her game.
Yeah.
But I'll wait to talk about it.
All right. Let's check out these highlights. Lapel versus Greenfield-Central girls. Check it out. We'll be back to talk about it.
You know, you got to penetrate, draw, you know, to where they'd be able to kick it. Oh,
nice shot.
And that was pretty, too.
Tell us to shoot twice. There's Miss Pointer.
Miss Pointer.
Yeah.
There we go.
Wow, nice shot. 3:30 left in the first quarter. Nice rebound.
And she kept it up, Zach.
That's a nice putback, wasn't it, Coach?
Yes, that was nice.
And she nails it from deep behind the three.
I love it.
Good hands in
good hands.
Hey, nice
that's
steal.
a CBA girl, huh?
She is. Nice
and converts. Great job. Let's go.
Buckets from her. Nice job.
Tell you, that middle, they just flash.
Yeah. In the corner. She nails it. Up there and hit that free ball also. Over there.
Cassini.
Nice shot.
And I like her game.
Yeah, me too.
Lefty.
Right
back at you. Right back at you. I like that.
That's one thing I like about Lapel, Kojak. They seem to have the answer when somebody scores.
Yes.
That's a nice move right there.
That was.
9. Good pass.
Oh, good luck.
She's going to finish that down low like
she
that.
is.
Pretty good quarter there, Kojak. They started out kind of slow with a couple turnovers. Lapel did.
Yes.
They seem to have turned it around. Uh-oh. She's going to take that hard to the basket.
Lapel fell asleep. Yeah, good job. You got to put some hands.
Oh. She's good with that penetration, Coach.
Yes, she is. She go.
You hear? Brown, Miss Brown.
I think they may have drive. Oh,
an opportunity for
Miss Brown. Listen, that was a nice up and under.
Yes, it was. She's got a quick 8.
I think
Greenfield's done what they had to do to get the ball back into them. Got to block out down there, don't you, Kojak?
You got Cassini down.
Got a chance for an and one. First half's over with. 21-19. Greenfield-Central leading the Lapel Lady Bulldogs. Look here, Miss McConnell getting out in front of everyone with the finish.
When Miss Wheels is down there like a triangle.
Right there, even that right there was a
shot.
Nice
yes.
She threw that defender to her. Got a nice little open shot. Steal by
good steal.
Anaya.
And she's pushing it down. 104.
There you go.
There you go. That transition.
It's hard to get her the ball, hard to get her involved in the offense that way. Nice shot.
Rose. If not, Lapel would be in trouble. Miss Brown.
She's a shooter.
Miss Brown right back at you. They're trying to force it in there. This is not like,
that's too
Rose, listen to me.
Yes, it is. Keep her open down there.
Yeah, found her.
She will finish.
Yeah, they fell asleep on that back end. Was running out, and that's what I'm saying. When you have a player, she's hit 3 in a row.
3 threes in a row.
Yeah.
A long pass, cross court.
Anticipating it.
She's going to hit that.
I think so.
Good pass inside.
Good pass. Yeah.
Nice shot, Lanaya. Down low.
Look at that
nice
footwork. Good look. Good ball reversal.
There you go, Annalie.
Rebound.
This wheel's underneath.
There you go.
That's good basketball.
Because if not, this is when you make mistakes.
There
she go.
Money. That was a good shot.
That's right.
And she was ready to shoot that.
That's right. Miss Brown. Fake high, went low.
Got around her, got a layup. McConnell. Oh, that inside to Lanaya with the finish. There's your extra 2 points back. There you go. You have to. 36 seconds left in the game. 46-38. Deep three from Brown, and she nailed it. Hey, you can't leave them open.
You right about that.
And you go behind that arc. You know, they were almost being a little too patient. Look up.
Oh, look at there.
Look at here.
Look,
got the corner for the layup. Nice.
Oh, that was beautiful. She has made the difference on tonight.
2 seconds left from deep. And she got it to fall at the buzzer. Sonsini. She ended up with 18 points tonight, Kojak.
Yes.
Brown had 14. McConnell had 9. And then over on the Lapel side, of course, Lanaya Wills, just shy of her average tonight with 16. Pointer with 14 and Rose with 10.
Welcome back, everyone.
Wow. Go ahead, say it. I didn't
To
mean
the
it.
Kojak and Zach Show.
That's right, baby.
Episode 2, man.
That's right. We're
Moving along.
starting to put them out, aren't we, Kojak?
Yeah, starting to put them out.
Yeah.
I'm having fun too, Zach.
Me too, man.
Yeah.
Just like those highlights we just watched. How about the Lapel Lady Bulldogs in the Greenfield-Central game? That was a good game.
Man, yes, it was.
Yeah,
Yes, it was. It was another nail biter. Mm-hmm. It was another nail biter. It went down to the end.
Yeah, and both those teams now, they're Lapel's 8-1.
Yeah.
What a record they have. And they're ranked in the state. I think they were 5th or 6th in the state in that last poll. And then Greenfield-Central, they're no joke. I mean, they're 7-3 now, and we've seen them take 2 losses against 2 great teams.
Great team, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, and they got some great players.
Oh, man.
Sonsini,
Oh, come on now.
she's a player. She can score. She can finish. I think she ended up with 18 in that game against Lapel. So
Man, she just adds so much to the game, man.
does.
I'm so serious, man. She can dribble, bring the ball up the court. She can step out beyond the 3-point line and drain it. Got a nice stroke. She's a lefty. And when she gets it down low, listen, I mean, she's going to put that footwork on.
you can count it.
Dancing with the stars. You hear me?
I like that. You can count it.
Dancing
and
with
then her
the
running
stars.
mate, Miss Brown,
Miss Brown?
Yeah.
Yeah.
tough.
Listen,
She
she
had
had some big shots, but
Yes, she did.
She had some big shots, made some nice baskets in that game.
And she penetrates well, too.
Yes,
like she
sure
gets to
does.
the basket, and she had 14 in that game against Lapel. And just to mention this real quick, Kojak, both those girls are juniors. They're going to be back next year for Greenfield-Central, so they're going to be tough again.
Yes,
They're tough this year.
Listen, bring your Excedrin or whatever you use for migraines, because I'm telling you, them two young ladies, hey, somebody
Yeah.
gonna have a headache, man.
Yeah. And then we got to mention Miss McConnell.
Miss Steph Curry.
Yeah, yeah. Her nickname's the parking lot.
Yes, yes, man. I love that.
She ended up with 9, but man, what a shooter she is. She can shoot from anywhere on the floor.
Listen, and got the confidence
Yeah.
to go with it,
Yeah,
man.
she does. She's a good player.
Man, when she pulled up the first time we seen her, we was like, "Oh wow, wait a minute!"
was
Like,
deep.
Coach didn't listen to me. Coach didn't bat an eye.
No.
He wasn't even tripping. He looking like, matter of fact, in this game against Lapel, she took one shot and she was still on 32. She hadn't even made it to the parking lot. She was on 32, and he was like, "Good job, good job." I said, "Wow."
She hit a couple.
Hey,
She
man,
hit a couple
listen.
of those deep ones.
Man, I like this Greenfield-Central.
Yeah, they're going to be good.
Yes,
and Coach
they are.
Key over there, he does a great job with them.
Yeah, yeah.
And staff, their staff.
Yep, sure
and then,
enough.
of course, we got to talk about some of the Lapel girls. First, I want to mention Coach Newby. I mean, I want to thank Lapel and the Bulldog family for letting us come in there and broadcast that game. We sure
Yes.
appreciate that.
Yeah, we definitely
Yeah.
appreciate the love that you
Yep.
show every time we
Absolutely.
come. Every time we've been there,
Yep.
you've shown us
I
great
agree.
love.
And then we can't not talk about Lanaya Wills.
Oh,
I mean-
I like the name you gave her, Lanaya, the finisher Wheels,
It's
because that's what she gonna do.
She does. She's a finisher, especially if she gets it down low, Kojak. She's so hard to guard down there.
Yeah, absolutely. She's hard to guard in transition.
Yes, she is. And in fact, Greenfield-Central had 2 girls on her all night down there, and it was tough to get her the ball. And I think she still ended up with 16 that game.
Right,
I
right.
mean, and that's one thing I want to preach too if you're getting pressure like that, if you're getting 2 girls guarding you, or triangle and 2, or boxing 1, whatever it is, stay patient, keep doing what you're doing, because you're going to continue. You're going to score eventually.
Right.
If you keep working hard, you're going to get the ball eventually, and it's going to fall for you. And Miss Wills did that in that game.
Yes, she did, Zach. You know what? And to add on to that, it's really not about scoring. It's really about affecting the game.
Yeah.
And so when you got 2 players on you guarding you, you're affecting the game.
Yeah, that's true.
So stay in that mindset of, I want to affect the game. And as a matter of fact, I want to affect it to where it works on our benefit, on our behalf. And so she did a fabulous job, because when she did get it, she finished.
That's right.
She finished.
That's right. She's hard to guard. And then,
she is.
Of course, we got to talk about Miss Pointer.
Man.
Maddie Pointer. She ended up with 14 in that game against Greenfield-Central, and she's a player.
Man, you know what? I can see her, because there was a series where Miss Susini knocked down a tray ball. Boom, looked good.
A deep one.
Yeah. And then probably about, what would you say, 2 seconds later?
Yeah, it was the very next. I mean, their next possession. As soon as Lapel had it,
Miss Pointer come down. So I'm saying she has to be Madeline back at you Pointer. It was right back at you. And she came with a tray ball.
She hit a couple big threes in that game, too.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
She did. I tell you, man, what she adds to that team, man, and I hope that she understands how valuable she is to the team in the positive way.
Yeah.
Really, man, when she's out there, man, they play on a different level.
Yeah, because they have a lot of different weapons. It's not just about Miss Wills, and it's not just about Maddie.
No.
I mean, Morose stepped up and hit some big threes in that game. Momentum-changing threes.
If she hadn't hit them threes, listen to me, the Lady Bulldogs could be, 7-2?
Yeah.
Listen,
could have been, yeah.
Listen, because the type of pressure that Greenfield-Central was putting on them on the offensive end, when Morose hit them shots, they was big.
Well, you mentioned
they were big.
The pressure. They played one heck of a zone in that game. In fact, it was kind of hard for Lapel to score. They were almost too patient in that game. They couldn't get anything going for a while, Kojak.
Absolutely. It was hard to penetrate. because Greenfield-Central did a fabulous job with collapsing, cutting off the gaps.
They sure did.
And so it was like, okay, what do we do? And Lapel did a lot of perimeter passing.
Yep.
But when it got to Morose,
she let it fly. She's dangerous. You can't let those girls shoot out there, because they'll knock them down.
That's what makes Lapel so dangerous, because they have in every position they can hurt you.
Yeah, and Rose ended up with 10 in that game. So
see,
and not only her. They had Rosemary Likens hit a big 3 in that game.
Yes,
yeah. They have some other scorers.
Man, that's what makes them dangerous, man. You can, of course they was focusing in on Miss Wheels.
Yeah.
But here it is, you got other players stepping up, man. And that's huge, because Coach Newby, that's what he's going to need. Just like what Miss Pointer said, they're on a mission.
Yep.
And their mission is not almost getting there or almost winning the state title. She said, out of her words, that, listen, we're going back to state, and this time we're going to be walking away with that hardware.
And just for those people out there that don't know this, that Lapel did make it to the state final game last year and got runner-up. And that's something, don't hang your head on that. But I do like the attitude that they have this year.
Chip on both shoulders.
Yeah, I like that. And then, I don't want to – with all these players, we still got to talk about Annalise Stowe too.
Oh, man.
She's a hustler. She does what she has to do. Her hands were in the passing lane. She got a couple steals and layups at the other end. She just seems to be at the right place at the right time, doesn't she?
Zach, listen, man, we
think alike.
You ain't kidding, because I was just about to say, man, that's Miss Right Place at the right time. Yeah. That's exactly what she displayed, man. Yeah. She was at the right place at the right time, which, and they needed it.
Yeah.
They needed her to be where she was and to do what she did when she did it.
They're tough. They're going to be they're a force to be reckoned with. And if they listen to Coach Newby and practice hard and keep doing what the coaching staff tells them to do, They're going to be good in the postseason, I'm telling you.
Man, listen.
And not even
as
that.
As long as they keep sacrificing.
That's true. And not even that, the county tournament's coming up. So that's – and we haven't even got into that really much, but the county tournament's going to be crazy this year.
Madison County tournament?
Both of them.
Listen, boys and girls is going to be fire. Do you hear me?
I'm excited.
Fire, man. I can't wait,
that.
man.
I'm excited about that.
You want to give a prediction?
No. No. There's going to be a lot of wins, a lot of buckets, a lot of threes.
Man, it's going to be, I'm telling you, man, anybody can win it.
Yeah, anybody,
regardless
whoever
of
shows up that night and plays their kind of basketball that their coaches want them to play, they're going to have an opportunity to win that game, to whatever game they're playing in.
You're right, Zach.
Yeah. So, hey, that was a great game, the Lapel Greenfield-Central game. I love it. We should probably move on to the next one.
Yeah, well, because we can spend a little time on,
We do. We talk too much.
Man, I'm telling you, man, listen, man, I mean, shoot, that's what I love to do. I love to talk now.
Yeah.
Man, Susini, man.
Yeah.
God, man, I just
She's
like
tough.
her,
Yeah.
man. I do, Zach.
And, they have another girl named Izzy Silcox. We didn't mention her, but
no, we didn't.
She also, she plays a big role in that team.
Yeah, she does. Yeah. She does. So,
yep. All right, let's move on.
That'll work.
Now, last Friday, we went to a heck of a game. We went up to, it's the first time we've covered the Alexandria Lady Tigers. And they had they're one of their rivals in town. The Frankton Lady Eagles. Coach Bates and the Lady Eagles, Emma Sperry.
When you say Lady Tigers, this is what...
Yeah, they
that's how they look. You hear me?
Yeah, they put on a show, didn't they?
Man.
And I'm going to tell you what I was probably more impressed with than anything was their defense.
Oh.
They came out in that press, Kojak, and they took Frankton completely out of their game. They couldn't get the ball up the floor. And even when they got up the floor, I got to tell you, Alexandria Lady Tigers backed it into a 1-3-1, and they played that 1-3-1 outstanding.
You're right.
Wow.
You're right, Zach.
Frankton girls had to earn everything they got in that game.
Every shot.
Yeah. And we're going to show the highlights here in a second. So, but man, what a defensive
you would have had to been there and watch how they displayed. They just put on a show, man.
Yeah.
I mean, what they displayed. They came out and they was like, listen, they were on a mission. We coming out to take care of business. And listen, and you are the enemy.
Yeah.
And, we already been given the assassin. That's exactly what it reminds me of. Any movie you watch, when they call an assassin to go in and do a job, they just send him the picture. You already, listen, you already know what to do. We just sending you a photo of who you need to take care of, man. And that's exactly what the Lady Tigers did.
Yeah, they received an Lady Eagles photo, didn't they?
Listen, and they had a photo of all 5 or all 7.
Yeah.
Whoever was playing, they had a photo of them.
Yeah, and you got to give it to Mickey Hosier and his staff up there, man. They had those girls. I got to tell you, Kojak, they play so hard. And not just 1 quarter or 2 quarters or 1 half. They played with intensity from the jump ball to the end of that game. And a team like that's hard to beat.
Man, a team like that you don't want to see.
No, they don't give up. And they've only lost 1 game this year, and that was to Lapel, and it was a close one.
Man.
And not to mention this as well, Alexandra's ranked in the top 10 now in the state. I think they were 8th in the last poll. Lapel was 5th or 6th. I mean,
man, we got some hoopers.
Yeah.
Listen, Madison County, you sleep on Madison County if you want to. I'm telling you, man, y'all better get to these games out here.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's fun.
You'll see what we're talking about.
Yeah, hey, let's check out the highlights from the Alexandria Tigers and the Frankton Lady Eagles.
Here we are, Jack. Welcome to the jungle, baby. We're in the jungle.
Hey, they don't call it the jungle for
nothing. No, they don't. The student section's going crazy. We got a big one tonight. We got the Elwood Lady Tigers versus the Lady Eagles from Frankton.
Right. Ready to get the ball out.
Peyton Coley. Kojak.
Oh, good
Pass
love.
over to Hoagland.
Nice.
Sophia Hoagland.
Way to step through.
Looking for the open girl.
Hey. Here we go. This forward
With the three. She can hit that,
There she
Kojak.
go.
Got it.
This Spurry right back at you. Soldier has the ball.
Double
Oh,
team.
good. Yeah.
Great lookout, wasn't it? Good defense.
Oh, great defense. Soldier pushing the ball. Then stop the ball. Oh,
Nice take.
Oh, nice.
Maya Collins.
I tell you, they got to get in the gas so flash. Oh, way to come to the ball.
Nice finish by
Miss Spurry, listen. That 3-point line.
You almost need to deny her the ball, don't you?
Oh, nice.
That's two for her, Kojak. Look at there. From deep. Got the roll. Boy, she's got the handles on. Great pass.
Great. Oh, listen, she got eyes on the side of her head. Did you hear me? It was either Miss Pulley or Miss
On the corner.
And got the straight ball.
Sperry with the drive. Nice
There you
take.
go. There you go.
That was a great take.
That was a nice take.
Look at here. Penetrating.
Look
Ball on
at that
three.
penetrate kick.
Peyton Coley.
Loving this
Nice
shot. This Hoser is the real deal. And they're pushing that ball up, moving that ball.
She can shoot
Back
it.
to Miss Ford.
Another one.
They do a good job. The Lady Tigers do a great job.
Penetration.
Oh, nice step through. Nice. And she turns around ready to play D. Like, come on, this is what I do.
You got to stop the ball. That's the first thing.
That's what I'm talking about, Zach. Woo! Amaya Collins created that shot with Spurry. Good
That's
offensive
good. Yes, it
rebound.
was.
And they rather them shoot that. This shot
They
by
needed
Key.
one to go.
They needed, yes, they did.
Nice shot by Key.
Get it out. Look up. Hey,
Sophia
okay.
Hoagland with the jumper here.
Oh, thank God.
2 seconds.
Get another one in. I'm trying to see it on fire tonight. Trinity, bang, bang, 4.
Steve coming up. Hey, listen, there is no wonder. No wonder.
It looked like, oh, I see Miss Pulley. She is out here. Look, ready to follow. It's almost like, oh, nice.
And they're going to count it.
Continuation.
They counted it. Good pass. That's the way to move the ball right there. She can hit that.
Cut to the basket.
Yes.
Great job.
In the game, 42-28. There you go. Got a layup.
Right about that. Now look, they're just on the baseline. Nobody's coming to the gap.
There it is.
Good shot, Spurry.
She's carried him tonight, Kojak. Looks like they're going to dribble it out. 5 seconds left. That's a big win for the Tigers.
Lady Tigers completely dominated this game from start to finish.
Yep, I agree with you, Kojak.
Yes, sir. The Kojak and Zach Show.
That's right. Boy, what highlights those were from that game, Kojak.
Listen, man, the highlights don't even compare to the atmosphere, man, of that game there.
Yeah, it was a great game. The crowd was going crazy, and we did mention in the broadcast how both student sections were standing and going wild the whole time. And yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know what? I'm telling you, one of the student in the student section stopped me on my way up to sit down, and he said, "Hey, listen, so you're coming to watch us whoop the Lady Eagles?" And I'm like, well, I don't know if it's going to be like that because, the Lady Eagles, they're no slouches.
No, they're not.
And if you think you're going to come out here and just whoop them, man, you in for a long night, right?
He's obviously seen the Lady Tigers play before.
Yes, he did. Yeah, and that's what he was going off of. He was like, and you know what, Zach? That's something that when it comes to a player, man, I honestly, it was never about what somebody else could do.
That's a fact. That's true, Kojak.
It's all about what I know I can do.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right.
And so that young man was convinced.
Yeah, well, I'm convinced now.
Man, after that, I am too.
Yeah, like we said earlier, Mickey Hosier and their staff up there, they had those girls prepared. And like I said, I haven't seen girls play with that kind of intensity the entire game.
The entire game.
Like the Lady Tigers did.
You don't, listen, I'm talking about, because we even mentioned that. We said, man, I wonder if they're going to come out the second half and if they're going to play with that same intensity.
Yeah.
Man, listen, they did not drop off.
No, not at all. And in fact, I mean, they had some girls step up because, well, obviously we got to mention Jacqueline Hosier, Mickey Hosier's daughter. She's averaging over 28 points a game. What a great scorer. Not just a scorer, what a great basketball player and leader she is.
Yeah, she's a leader.
Yeah.
Yeah, she can lead a club, a basketball team.
And is.
Yeah, she is. Just knowing that what she's capable of doing, man. I mean, she didn't even have to do it on that level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And she distributed the ball, the trust that she has for her teammates, man. I'm telling you,
I was impressed.
That's a confidence booster within itself to know that the best player on the team believes in me.
And I got to tell you, Kojak, she actually kind of had a bad shooting night. I think she still ended up with 17 points, which is good. But, she missed several layups that she normally makes.
Yep.
She, missed a couple threes that she normally hits. She did hit a couple in that game.
They was deep, too.
They were deep. Volleyball line threes, man. And one thing I was a little confused about was the Frankton Lady Eagles, they were backing off of her. I don't know about that. But
yeah.
But, you mentioned having some confidence in your teammates.
Yes.
And Miss Hosier did that. And I got to tell you, they had a couple girls step up.
Yes, they did.
Knock down some big threes, hit big shots. We got to talk about them. Some of them earned a couple nicknames, didn't they, Kojak?
Yes. Man, I'm telling you, them Lady Tigers, man, they are exciting.
Yeah, they are.
I tell you what, that is, I don't care where you live, listen, they are worth driving to come see them.
I agree.
Yeah, they're worth driving to come see them because they're going to put on a show. They put on the type of show that if offensively, if we're not doing what we need to do offensively because of their defensive intensity and pressure and how they love to play defense, that's going to excite you.
Yeah, I know. We just showed a highlight video, but that didn't show the defensive effort that they actually played with the entire game. So, but then I got to mention Jacqueline Hosier. She is averaging over 28 a game, but I got to tell you, Kojak, she's averaging almost 6 rebounds a game and right at 4 assists a game. And that 4 assists is what I like because she distributed the ball to some of those other girls during that game, and we got to mention these girls'
perfectly.
Names. Yeah, Miss Ford.
Oh. You talking about bang, bang.
Bang, bang, Ford. And the reason is because she stepped up and knocked down 4 threes in that game, didn't she?
Banging them out. You hear me? Bang, bang, bang. Listen, Miss Ford, you did your thing. Listen, and I told you, I need a jersey. And you got the right jersey, too, number 1. You hear me? Yeah. I need a jersey. So, Coach Mick, Hosier, listen, man, I don't know what you got to do. Put that in your budget. I need 2 jerseys.
Yeah.
One is number 1, Trinity Bang Bang Ford.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, Kojak, she's kind of like us. Actually, small. You know what I mean? She's not real big, but she played the baseline of that 1-3-1.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know how to explain it because she's a hustler.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, she was going from baseline to sideline to sideline along that baseline.
And I know you really paid attention to that because you played that same position.
That was my spot.
Right.
Yeah.
And so you were able to really see how effective she was playing that position, man. And for you to say, hey, listen, she played that well, she played it well.
Well, I'm going to tell you why. Because as a smaller guard, you're down there with the bigs when you're guarding post to post.
Yes.
When the ball's on that side. And then when it goes to the corner, you have to go all the way out to that corner and close out with a hand up. Don't let them go baseline. I mean, there's so much to that. And then if they throw a skip pass, guess what? You got to run completely to the opposite side of that corner.
Man.
You're just always running, and you're guarding girls and guys that are bigger than you the whole time.
And you know what?
Tough.
And she was doing that, Zach, because I kept saying throughout the game, we kept saying that, man, they're wide open. Miss Curtis down there was wide. I'm like, man, listen, just throw the ball. They have Miss Ford on there, and they are, really way taller than Miss Ford.
Yeah.
And the defensive pressure was so tough out top, they couldn't even see it.
And you bringing that up, we got to mention the player that played the top of that 1-3-1, and she played in front of the press, Kojak, and both of them completely took the Lady Eagles out of their offensive game.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, and we're talking about number 12.
Oh, you talking about Mighty Mouse. Peyton Mighty Mouse Pulley.
I was so impressed with her, Kojak.
Oh, my goodness, man.
In fact, when she was out playing the top of that 1-3-1, we kind of were concerned because she's a smaller girl out there playing that 1-3-1, and when we both played, we both had 6'5", 6'6" out there playing the top of that 1-3-1 because it's so hard to get the ball around them.
Right.
And we thought, well, they're just going to pass right over her, especially with the size that Frankton Eagles has. Miss Sperry, 6'1".
Right.
But I'm going to tell you what, size did not matter.
Man, you said that perfectly. You hear me? As a matter of fact, she played like she was 6'7".
She did.
Yeah, seriously, she played like she was 6'7" because they had issues with her out there on top of that zone, man. And I'm just blown away. Now, she is a coach's dream, that type of player that loves to play. And she told us in the interview, I love to play defense.
Yeah. She didn't even mention offense, did she?
Didn't even mention offense.
She ended up with 7 in that game, and Miss Ford had 12. So, I mean, way to step it up, ladies.
Love to play defense.
You don't hear that very often, do you,
No,
Coach
sir.
Jack?
No, sir.
That's my type of player.
Man, listen, that's, my type of player, too. And just to go back to what you said, Zach, we honestly was like, hey, man, from a, coach's standpoint, we're looking at like, man, Mick, you probably should have put somebody else at the top, like a Miss Kellums.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's taller,
with
but listen.
A little bit wider wingspan.
Right.
But hey.
Right. It was genius. Listen, Coach Mick, that was genius right
really
there. And you knew something that we didn't know.
He's in practice with him every day. So.
But we know now.
We do know now. And I'm going to tell you what, her hands were active. Her feet were active. I don't know how many deflections she had or kick balls that she had, during
diving on the floor, getting thrown to the floor, get up crying, and still get out there and perform.
Man,
Come on, man.
I was impressed. Yeah. She was good.
Get ran over from a pick, somebody run through the pick, run her over. She bounced back up like, listen, come on, let's go. Man, I tell you, man, that type of cape she had on, that type of cape she was wearing that night, man, I'm telling you, man. But you know what? It seemed like all of them was wearing it.
Yeah, I mean, they all showed up that night.
Some type of cape. Yes, they did.
They gave the Lady Eagles fits all night.
I was shocked.
Yeah, I was too, because we've seen Frankton girls play, and we've seen them play
and they
outstanding,
have talent, man.
Very good. Yeah.
They have talent, and when we seen them playing, man, they moved the ball so well.
Yes, they did,
and was cutting. I mean, man, it was just like different instruments being, just coming together, man.
That's what I love about the game of basketball, Kojak.
Yeah,
because we talked about this earlier, but like on paper. Sometimes the team that's better on paper,
right?
Not that Frankton Eagles was better on paper in this matchup, but I'm just saying, sometimes the team that you think's going to win, or that they just
based. I mean, you're right.
It's all
so
about
when
matchups.
I look at the height, when I look and see, and I'm looking at height, it's like, oh yeah, they in trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just what we do naturally as people. But I tell you what, when it come to them Lady Tigers, man, listen, don't you pay no attention to their height.
No, they're scrappers.
Do not pay attention.
Yeah.
Do not pay attention to the height of them Lady Tigers, because if so, you in trouble.
Yeah, and Miss Sperry, Emma Sperry, she had 18, right around her average. But I'm going to be honest, Kojak, she didn't really have much help on the offensive end.
No, she didn't.
Yeah, I mean, Miss Collins, what a great player she is, but she just didn't have a very good offensive night.
No, she didn't at all, man.
I mean,
that hurt them.
Yeah, she was averaging just under 15 points a game, and I'm not sure how many she ended up with, but it wasn't memorable,
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It made no difference.
Right.
Even Miss Key. Miss Key's a nice shooter.
Yeah, she ended up with 5, I think.
Yeah,
and,
it made no difference.
No.
None at all. And so that's how that Lady Tigers defense, it's like a python.
It really is.
Just wrap itself around you and just squeeze the life out of you.
Yes, and it did.
And that's exactly what they did to the Lady Eagles.
I was impressed. I was impressed with them.
I was.
Yeah. Just their intensity the entire game, Kojak. I haven't seen that. No.
Even with boys, you don't see that.
No, not like that. So, Mickey Hosier, you're doing the right thing up there. Your coaching staff, you got the right people in place.
Yes.
Yeah. And then, real quickly, I got to give a shout out to Bree Bowles, Brianna Bowles. Yeah. She's an old ZBA girl that I had. She played at Lapel, tough as all get out. Yes. And I got to be honest, Kojak, maybe one of the best shooters I've ever seen come out of the state of Indiana. And that's on both sides, boys and girls. But Bree, I'm proud of you. She is now the JV coach up there at Alexandria, coaching the Lady Tigers.
Playing well.
Yes, she does. So shout out to Bree. Love you, girl.
Absolutely. Yeah. Great job. And he did, listen, I'm a witness to that, Ms. Bowles. He did say that about your shooting abilities.
Oh, man.
He said you was the best he didn't seen, boys or girls.
Yeah, and can shoot from anywhere, too. Like Miss McConnell from Greenfield-Central. Anywhere on the floor, she could light it up. Whew. So
that's saying a lot.
Yeah, so anyway, Alexandria Lady Tigers took care of business at home against the Frankton Lady Eagles. And
convincing.
Yeah, they did. They did. But, we weren't done after that game. Nope. We had Saturday. We went the very next day, our first two-a-days.
Yes.
We covered two. We actually broadcasted both games.
Sure did.
Yeah. Oh, real quick, if you haven't seen the Alexandria and the Frankton girls game, go back and watch that game so you can watch that defensive intensity.
Yes.
And then not only that, check out the interviews afterwards. We interviewed a bunch of the Elliott girls and got to talk to Coach Hosier afterwards. And
that was really good.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Really good.
Check it out. Yeah. But then Saturday, we had an early afternoon game. We went back to the TP, watched the Lady Indians, Lady Tribe, AHS, take on Harrison, which is out of Lafayette. And Harrison's pretty good.
Yes.
Yeah.
They are. They are. I mean, Harrison, they're always pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They're not going to be flashy. It's just they're going to do what it takes to get the job done. They're going to play hard.
Yeah. And they did.
Yes.
Yeah. And that is a conference game for the Anderson Indians.
Yep,
so,
sure is.
Yeah. So let's check out those highlights, Kojak.
It was some exciting things that we seen.
That's true. And then also, I'm going to mention this too. Even though we're getting ready to show the highlights, make sure you go back and watch that broadcast because we had a great interview with Coach Boyd after that game.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Man,
and
class act, man. I love his heart.
Yeah,
man,
I do too.
For them girls.
I do too.
I do.
And I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but he's playing some underclassmen now that I'm a big fan of. I love those underclassmen getting time at the varsity level.
Yes.
Not only is it going to help them out this year, it's going to. The next few years is going to be bright for the Lady Tribe. The Indians.
That's why I'm getting excited. Listen, this Madison County, I'm telling you, man, we got some players.
Mm-hmm, we do. So let's check out these highlights from Anderson versus Harrison.
And sometimes, Zach, it takes that.
Steal by Douglas.
Turnover. Good job, Miss Douglas.
Take care of it.
Kick it. Oh, nice. Penetrate kick.
Same there.
Good penetrating kick.
Yep.
There we go. Oh, good kick back.
Good hustle.
Wait a moment. Ball.
Nice.
Come on, Lady Tribe. What they have to do, once that ball is reversed, nice shot.
She can hit that, too.
Yes, she can. See, this is when...
Gabby Douglas all the way to the... And nice finish. They've made some mistakes, but they're looking pretty good.
Yep.
Man. Yeah. I didn't know what to say on that. It kept going
right. And then we're walking. Yeah.
You got to go until somebody stops you. Offensive board.
Got to close out. That was a nice closeout, though. Good shot pressure. She's doing too much.
Good defense.
Good defense. By my girl, Miss Austin.
That's it. Into the first half, Harrison leads 21-14.
It just shows the IQ of the game. Great job. Good pass, though. player in the middle. Good rebound by
rebound and put back by Miss Starks.
Steal by Miss Douglas.
Good take.
Good job. You got to be aggressive going to that basketball.
Penetration. That was a nice take, too.
Good take, yeah. Bounce pass.
Good take. She was challenged by Gabby Douglas there.
Oh.
Good attack right there by Gabby. And can finish down there. That's a nice move. I'll tell you what, I'd like to see Gabby Douglas stop and pop a little more often there because she seems to get in that lane about any time she wants.
You're right about that. Me too.
Gotta take care of the ball.
Man, Zach.
Whitlock.
Those passes, I'm telling you, Zach.
She can hit that.
Damn.
And it looked good,
And she
too.
did. It did. That way cover the basket. Oh, good pass. Wide open shot. Knocked it down.
And it's a good thing she can get around those girls. Stay with it, Miss Stark.
Yeah, good job. Stay with it. And you got,
There you go, Miss Douglas. With the push. Nice take. And
Good
finish.
acceleration.
Yeah. Well, Kojak, end of the third, 38-27. They're not out of it yet. I know it's an 11-point game, but they're not out of it yet. I like this defensive intensity, though.
Yeah.
You got to help out there. Good cut right there.
That was.
Good pressure defense there. Nice take. Good finish right there. Good pass. Another layup. Okay, go up strong with it.
Yeah,
nice
that's
job.
nice.
Good rebound.
rebound.
Look up ahead.
Good outlet.
Stay with it. Nice
Hey,
finish.
Zach, listen.
Johnson.
Yes.
I love this. I love
Me
that we
too.
find stuff out
Look
like
at
that.
the
Look
drive.
at that.
Oh,
Drive.
my goodness. Listen.
Nice job. She's got
This
two buckets
just,
here in the
listen,
second
man,
half.
listen, Zach.
Great
Man,
and finish.
for again, man.
Good cut and finish.
This underclassmen, man.
Yeah.
Look up. She's telling her to go.
She can hit that.
Starks can hit that.
Yeah,
she
and
did.
nice shot, Starks. I'm telling you, this is great experience for them, Kojak. Nice shot.
That was a nice shot.
Right there. Gotta come help her. Nice finish by Miss Starks.
Starks work for that.
Got 12, I think, in the second half. 18 on the game. Nice shot.
Took a fresh.
Good play.
Great catch.
Defense.
Yeah.
That's why you got to get up and get back down on defense.
Yeah.
Nice offensive rebound, Kojak.
Yeah.
2 of them in a row.
That's
Way to
same.
not give up.
Listen, Miss Austin.
Final score, 58-42. Harrison over Lady Indians, Lady Tribe.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
We're back. What great highlights. Anderson Harrison. But
You know what? I did that, Zach, because, there's some excitement, even regardless of what the end of the scoreboard said, regardless of the end of the game. I seen some spots that I can be excited about. I seen some young ladies that, listen to me, you could really be excited about what's to come.
yeah, I agree with that. And the end of this final score was 58-42 Harrison over Anderson. But hey, it wasn't always that way. I mean, Anderson came out and looked really good in that first quarter and actually led Kojak 12-10 after that first quarter.
Absolutely, Zach. So the first time that we saw him play against Lapel, that's Lapel,
It is,
and their record speaks for itself.
And it was their first game of the year.
First game of the year,
yeah.
to have to come out and face a beast like that.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of things that we didn't see them do in that first game against Lapel that we saw them do in that first quarter of Harrison.
Yeah, they looked really good in that first quarter, I thought.
They looked different.
Yeah. That was totally different, didn't they?
Totally different. Yeah. But that just goes back to what Coach Boyd said. He said, "Man, I'm about to change some stuff up."
Yeah.
After that Lapel game, and he did exactly that.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
And what Kojak's talking about is we saw several young ladies that played varsity Saturday that we didn't even know were on the roster.
As a matter of fact, they were not on the roster.
That's right.
We had to ask some of the fans.
Yeah, the crowd.
Yeah, who these young ladies were.
Yeah. And you know what? They came in, and yes, they made some mistakes because they're young, but how important is that to get those underclassmen in, to get some
That's right.
And
I mean, you talk about it all the time.
Yeah, and
man.
you can't get that experience in practice.
No.
You need game experience at the varsity level. And the Anderson Indians put in some young girls, freshmen, that gained a lot of experience. Yeah.
3 freshmen.
Yeah.
And listen to me, I'm excited about these 3 freshmen. And I know they have another young lady that I'm excited about, along with them 3. Mm-hmm. She's a sophomore. So listen, man, I am excited for Coach Boyd and these Lady Tribe.
Yeah, me too. I hope they keep their head up and keep working hard because they're not far from flipping that switch, I think.
No, they're not. Yeah. No, they're not. It just depends on what they're willing to sacrifice.
That's true,
How
too.
serious are they about this game of basketball, about being in a position to where they could really make a mark on Anderson or Madison County basketball?
Yeah.
Seriously.
I mean, they've got the talent.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, they're very talented. I was impressed with their talent. And they showed spurts of good basketball.
Yeah. We don't have to wait no longer. The wait is over.
Yep.
The wait is over. Them underclassmen, them babies. Listen, put them in the fire. They came out. They wasn't babies no more.
No, they weren't. And, Jocelyn Stark, she had 20 in that game. And Gabby Douglas ended up with 11, which is, pretty good.
Yeah.
But they had some of those freshmen step in, and not only did they just gain some experience in court time, they contributed.
Yes, they did. I tell you what, man, Miss Starks and Miss Douglas, man, Miss Douglas, she does a phenomenal job getting to the basket.
Yes, she does.
She gets there, and that first quarter, man, she made a drive, got there, and kicked it to Miss Starks. It was beautiful. Textbook.
Great basketball.
Yes, when it comes to drive and kick. And Miss Starks knocked that thing down,
She's
too.
a shooter.
Yes,
she can shoot the ball. She hit several. Like I said, she had 20 in that game. And
you know what, Zach? But I would love to. Yes, they did. But I would love to have a one-on-one conversation. Me and you, a one-on-one conversation with Miss Starks and Miss Douglas. Because I don't know if they understand the position that they're in. That can affect not only their lives, not only their futures, but also it can have an impact on the future of those younger ladies coming up. In the in Anderson basketball program, man, they are in a great position, but they're in a position that puts a lot of responsibility on their shoulders.
Yeah, especially having a bunch of younger underclassmen coming up behind you or playing with you. So, yeah, I do understand that. But, hey, they're both talented.
Yes.
Miss Douglas, and you mentioned her about getting into the lane and penetrating. She's probably one of the best I've seen around here. Yeah. At getting into the lane.
Oh, definitely.
She's exciting to watch.
It's almost like you at a circus, a magic show, and how you get them individuals that are double, triple, jointed or whatnot, can fit in the suitcase. Man, the way she manipulates her body, man, it's
slides
amazing.
Past players. And,
yes.
Yeah. She's fun to watch.
Man. Yes. Yeah. And I'm telling you, she can go to that next level because she has the drive as far as, she attacks, and when she make her mind up, she's going to attack, whether she has to dribble through 4 or 5 or even 10 players. She gonna get to that basket,
and she gets through them. Like she does through those traps, and so it's hard to trap her because she splits that defense, splits the trap, and gets around them.
Man, and a player like that, if you just on the next level, they're gonna definitely shape and mold her to really put the skill with add the skill to what she already has a passion to do, which would really make her a phenomenal player, man. I really believe in college, man.
Yeah.
If that's something that she's willing to work toward.
Yeah. I agree with you, man. And then some of those freshmen came in, Miss Austin. We got to mention her. I think she ended up with 5 points in that game as a freshman.
Listen, and didn't know.
Yeah.
We were clueless, like, man, who is this? And then to come to find out that she was a freshman.
Yeah.
Like, man.
And then we got to mention Miss Johnson.
Yes.
She a freshman too?
Another freshman, Zach.
Came in and contributed. She had 4, had a great drive there at the
Great
end.
drive.
Laid it up there, nice roll.
I mean, the control that she had going to the basket and just how she elevated on the shot. Man, it's like, man, this is not a freshman.
No. We've seen a few freshmen this year, not just on the Indians, but we've seen a few freshmen throughout the county and the state.
Yes, sir.
That are stepping up and contributing right away. And that's big time in my book.
Yeah, it's big time in mine as well, Zach. And that's enough. That's what I'm saying. Look, we have something. We have talent here in Madison County to get excited about, not just this year, but I'm talking about years to come to where you can start getting excited now, man.
And it is exciting.
Yeah, it is.
Excuse me.
Yes, it is. Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing big things out of them young ladies.
Yeah, me too. And then I want to thank Coach Boyd too, because we mentioned this earlier, but when you take a loss, and the last thing you really want to do is come out and talk to people or anything like that. So hats off again to Coach Boyd for coming out.
Yeah, we appreciate you, Coach.
Absolutely, because you know what, we want to pick his brain. We have basketball minds. We want to understand what he's thinking, and he had some comments that
he had some comments that that was it was right in line with some of our thoughts and some of our comments, and he came out the gate and was saying, hey, listen, but it goes back to what he said in the beginning. Man, I'm changing things up.
Yeah, changing up, and he did. Yeah, he did. And he did mention some things. Here's one thing I got to say. If you go out for the basketball team, you have got to be committed to that basketball team.
Yes, man.
When you try out for the team, you know that your season's from this point to this point.
That's right.
And you have got to be committed 100%.
That's right, Zach.
From October, November, whenever you start, till the end of your season.
To March.
No matter when
That's
that
right.
is. Yes. So.
Yeah. Absolutely. So anything life happens. Yep. We understand that part. But as far as a personal choice to say, hey, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that, listen, that's the thing about commitment, Zach, man, listen, if my grandkids, that's why I say, even like my grandson or my granddaughter working out, learning the game of basketball, I'm not forcing anybody, but if you're going to commit to doing this, listen to me, you're going to give it your all, because I refuse to waste your time.
Yeah. So
I'm not going to allow you to waste mine.
Yeah, no, and Coach Boyd mentioned something that really that I took in. He mentioned something about he set up certain shooting times, out of the next morning or something. Come in and get some shots up, do this, do that, and he'd mentioned to us that some of the girls that were showing up to those extra shooting sessions and stuff like that were those young freshmen. He said they've been coming in, they're committed.
Don't miss.
No. So I totally understand why they're getting some time on the floor now.
And they deserve it.
They're committed.
They deserve it.
I agree with you.
And you know what? And if I'm going to lose, I'd rather lose with individuals that are committed, because I know that losing will turn around real soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And, we mentioned this earlier, too. The more experience they get, they're going to have an effect this year, not just down the road.
Oh, yeah. You're right. Yeah. And they did, I don't know the reason, but they did Talacia Simons. That's my cousin, too.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my cousin. She was missing, and Kennedy Brown.
Yeah, they had 3 or 4 out, didn't they, that normally play, so...
Yeah, sure enough. I don't know what the reason was, but I know, might have been some sickness, but one of them was, just a personal decision. It was like, man, listen, I'm different, Zach.
Me too.
Listen, man, I am different. I understand that this is a different generation, right? So since we know that this is a different generation, what we can do is, the message may not change. The vehicle that we use to get them to understand the message, we change that, because we want the same message, because that message, what worked 60 years ago, it worked today. Now, how you convey that message may be different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
agree.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So we got to use wisdom on how we can get the message to them. The message don't change. The vehicle does. And so that's the only thing, man. The message is, listen, if you going to be all in, then you all in. If you can't afford to be all in, then listen, this may not be for you. You know?
I agree.
Yeah. And if you struggle with making that decision, I can help you make that decision. I mean, that's just part of, that's the tough part of being a head coach. Because this is why I say this, Zach. Whenever something goes wrong, when things don't work out the way that they need to work out, the assistant coaches are not the ones that get punished, or not the ones that get talked about. It's the head coach that take all the heat.
I agree with you. They're at the helm.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, but you know, you've got to be committed, like you said.
Right.
Yeah.
So
then after that game, which was a good game, you know,
it was.
I do want to mention a couple players for Harrison. They had one of their big go-to girls, Riley Whitlock.
Miss Whitlock. Yeah, she was serious.
Yeah, she had a good game. I think she's 6 foot, 6'1". She's hard to guard.
Nice leaping ability.
Yeah, I think she had 18 points in that game, and So anyway, she was good. They had a couple good players. Actually, all of them contributed in the game. They played well together. They shared the ball.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that, you know,
and
I wanted to mention her
late in the game as they were getting on second quarter, third quarter.
Yeah.
You know, they start running nice sets, and then the Lady Tribe start turning the ball over.
Yeah, they did. They turned it over way too much in that game. In fact, Kojak, after that first quarter when they had the lead, it seemed like they turned it over a lot, and then the lead changed. I mean, and then of course Harrison spread that out over time. But.
Yeah, they took advantage of. They maximized. The turnovers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Anderson's got to use that as a learning experience again and move on. I mean, there's nothing you can go back and change now except learn from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there was, Coach Boyd, he seen what he needed to see.
Yeah.
And, and he was excited. He like, hey, listen, here they go. I'm throwing them in the fire.
And he should be excited because he's got a lot of younger underclassmen that are going to be really good. Yeah.
And you know what? Real quick, Zach. For me to know, say I'm just now moving in the area and I have an 8th grader going to be a freshman, for me to know that a varsity coach is willing to play a freshman. So it's not about politics. It's not about because you've been a starter for 3 years.
Yeah, that's right.
If my child can come in and outdo that starter, will you give them a chance? For a parent to know that, man, listen, I'm coming to this school.
I'm so glad you mentioned that, Kojak, because we talk about this, but as a freshman, when I come in there and I go and I'm practicing against some of them older girls or older upperclassmen,
come on, man.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm trying to take that position.
That's right.
I'm sorry about you. I'm glad you're my teammate. I'm glad you're good. But when we're in practice, guess what? I'm gonna try to put it on you.
That's right.
Because I want that position.
I'm not coming to sit.
No.
I want to be on the team, but I don't just want to be on the team.
No.
I want to be on the court.
Yeah. And as a starter, you have got to maintain that. You got to come in and work your butt off.
Every day.
You need to be the first one in the gym and the last one leaving.
I like that.
So we'll move on from there.
I love it, Zach. I'm serious. I love it.
Well, we have one left that we're going to talk about, Kojak, today. And it was the last game we went to. It was the second one on Saturday that we covered. We did do the broadcast on that. So go back and watch it because, man, is it
best finish I've seen.
What an ending.
Last 5 minutes of a game.
Outstanding.
Was the best that I've seen thus far.
And, of course, we're talking about the Delville boys versus the Elwood boys at Delville. And we got to throw a shout-out to Ashley Fouch, coach / AD. And the whole Bronco family, I mean, how outstanding was that?
The hospitality, Lord. You know what? The hospitality was remarkable. The food.
Our catered creations.
Our catered creations.
So if you need catering, look them up.
You know what? I told them, look, they got it's one game coming up on the 16th. I said, we may do old drive-by.
Yeah, because I heard they're having some pretty good food that night, Coach.
Old ribs. I remember the menu, ribs.
And we like to eat.
Yes, we do. So that's just a little plug in for anybody that when we come to visit, and do a game. If you want to, feed us, listen, if you want to get a little extra airplay, that's funny. Just throw a little something in there for the tummy.
That's funny. That's good, Coach.
Yeah, man.
So we're going to get into the Delville Elwood boys highlights. You don't want to miss this because these highlights are great, but you definitely want to go back and check out the broadcast and the interviews afterwards. We interviewed Coach Fouch, and then we interviewed, I think, 2 or 3 of the players for Delville.
Yep, sure.
Those are great interviews, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Yes, they are. Hey, don't cheat yourself. I'm telling you, don't look at those highlights and think that you got the totality of it. I'm telling you, don't do that. Go to the games because it's far more better.
Yeah, it is. There's so much more going on than just the highlights. The
definitely.
Highlights are great, but check these out. Yeah. We'll talk about it in a minute.
Yeah. Delville comes into the game 1-2. Inside to the big fella, and he's a finisher.
Yeah, he is. Still run through a wall for her.
I get it. I understand that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got a 3?
Yeah.
Brandon.
Right back at you. You hear me?
Awesome.
Off the grass. Listen, it count, baby.
That's where he gets most of his points. Kojak is down on the block. That's a good move right there. Nice inside.
I tell you what, Mr. Newsom, that's here in Madison County.
Oh,
wow.
Nice 3. That's 2 for him, Kojak. Yes, he does. There's a few of them. That was a great
drive.
Yeah.
Great drive by Mr. Davenport. He's aggressive, man. He's compete.
Went after it, got an offensive rebound there. I love that. Running a motion offense. Nice penetration. Go up with that.
Yep.
That was a great shot.
You said it, Zach.
Time with 5:55 left.
Oh, great pass.
It was.
Oh, that was a great pick and roll. Oh, yeah, absolutely. But, I mean.
Nice 3-pointer. Right place, right time.
You're right.
Got to get that up in there. That's a good take.
That says a lot. Oh, finally.
Another 3 in the corner.
Listen. Hey, man, these Panthers, man, they for real.
I agree.
A lot of moves.
Look at that.
And great defense.
Good, solid defense. That was a nice shot.
Taking some shots that are not good. Shot selection would be horrible. Man, I'm loving this.
That was a great play.
Man, that play. That set was awesome, man. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Penetration again. Give it and dish.
Oh.
3 shots in a row. And another
He's
3.
on fire.
And they took the lead into halftime, 24-19, after being down quite a bit in that first half.
Yeah, I just saw. I seen him communicating.
Yes. Nice drive.
I tell you what. That's Mr. Blackford. Oh, you can't get beat like
rotate.
That. Oh, good pass.
Penetrate.
Oh, no. Go back to doing what you was doing.
Driving baseline. Way to talk.
Way to talk. Good job.
Stay with it.
Good rebound. Oh, good pass. Good kick.
Got to go up strong.
Nice. Nice.
What a third quarter he
had. Mr. Leach found him. Listen, we already knew that it was going to be. That's what I'm talking about. That was a good shot.
Going strong to the basket. He's tough inside there. Mr. Ward.
Oh, nice bounce pass.
Mr. Ward. There you go. Nice penetration.
Nice.
Nice lift.
Oh, good rebound.
Yes, it was. They needed that, Coach.
Yeah, they did. That's the first time.
Pretty quick.
You got to find a way to put the ball in the bucket. You got to find a way to put the ball in the bucket and go right back to Mr. Newsom because he's been the most consistent.
5-29, Elwood leads Delville. Nice penetration.
Oh,
nice finish.
Listen,
Delville
They're not going to let
playing
up.
pretty decent.
Yeah.
Putting the ball in the back.
There's the tank.
And he knocked one down.
There's the tank.
Elwood with the lead. Nice shot fake and penetration. Nice finish, Kojak.
Yeah. Mr. Blackfoot.
Nice drive by Noah.
Look at the help. Look at the help.
Look at here.
Oh, you got him. Oh, the tank has come alive in here.
Kojak. Get the rebound.
Oh,
Defensive board.
that was. Yes, it was. Oh, you got to get out there. Oh, look. Oh,
Blackford. 2:50 left in the game. 42-36. Delville with the ball. Good spin move.
oh, good spin. Oh, listen. Come to the money. Mr. Newsom. Look, Mr. Newsom. Nice move. Oh, that was nice. Oh, that was a nice hop step.
Look at this defense.
Elwood is having a problem.
Look at here.
Look at the tank!
Good
Oh,
defense.
this is a game.
Good drive. Nice.
Oh, that was a big time move by Mr. Davenport. Oh, to Mr.
Listen, time it up. It's tied up with 25
This
seconds.
place is going crazy.
44-44. 2.6 seconds left in the game. Delville 44. Elwood 44. We got a barn for Delville, baby. Here we go.
Oh,
See
man.
what happens. You got to come to the ball.
Oh, get it to the ball.
Short.
Mr. Logan Leach!
Is that who hit that?
Mr. Logan Leach!
I gotta tell you, Coach, that is why you never ever give up and you play either the whistle or the buzzer.
Oh my God!
Wow.
Oh man!
I'm gonna tell you what, I hate to see someone lose in this game because both teams gave it their all.
Oh man!
What a game.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. The Kojak and Zach Show.
Yes, listen, man, this has been, whoo. I mean, you know what, Zach? It just makes it all worth it, man.
Man, we're having some fun out there, aren't we, Kojak?
Man, yes, we are, man. And I'm loving it, man.
Me too.
Just because of the things that we're learning, you know, people that we're meeting, you know, the relationship that we're building, you know. Man, I love it too, man.
Man, it's been great. It's been a fun ride, and this week was very tiring, but we're getting it in, aren't we, Kojak?
Yeah, we're getting it in.
Yeah.
And to end this week
with
this type of game here.
What highlight? Those were great highlights, weren't they? It was a great game.
Man. Oh, man. Listen, man. Yeah, I mean, the highlights don't do it no justice.
No, not really, because it was.
Yeah, they don't do it no justice, you know.
And you know what? Elwood, I know they took the loss in this game, but, man, they had their chances, and they're tough. They're going to be hard to deal with the rest of the season.
Listen, if you sleep on Elwood, on them Panthers, I'm telling you, if you sleep on them Panthers, you're going to be in trouble.
Coach V's got them playing hard, playing together.
Man, I was blown away. Listen to me. That has to be the best Elwood team that I've seen here in, I don't know, years.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing great things over there.
Coach. Man, he's awesome.
Yep.
So I understand why he's getting the type of
Results.
productivity.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know, from the players, man, because they are. Listen to me, man. That's why I say this Madison County tournament, man. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. And I'm sleep on Elwood if you want to.
Yeah.
Somebody gonna be going home early.
Yeah. You got to play tough every
Man,
every
you
game,
better
every
bring
minute, every
you better
possession.
bring it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they got some nice players.
Yeah, they do. And, you know, Mr. Ward, big fella inside, you know, he was averaging over 15 points a game coming into the game.
Yep.
He had 8 in the game, but, you know, Delville did a good job on him.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They did. They made it tough for him to get some baskets, you know. But the Elwood guards, whenever because they did a lot of penetrating, they did a lot of getting to the basket, and they found him.
Yes, they did
on multiple occasions, man. Which all he had to do was put it in.
Yeah, and when they didn't find him, they were scoring. I mean, Mr. Davenport, he had one heck of a game for Elwood.
Yes, he did.
Man, he gets to the basket. He looked good getting to the basket
yes,
against
he
Delville
does.
and finished.
Yeah,
I mean, he had 14 in the game.
Yeah, and he shot the ball well,
yes,
too.
Yes, he did. Yep, sure
man,
did.
Every time you listen, man, they ran their sets. I mean, man, it was beautiful.
Yeah, it was.
To see them run their sets, man. When you have guards, a 1 and 2 guard that can interchange.
Yeah.
And run your sets, man. I mean, put everybody where they need to be. Man, I'm telling you, it just makes everything easier, man.
Yeah, what I liked about that, Kojak, is they never panicked.
No, they
the
didn't.
entire game. I think Delville came out and had a decent lead in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Elwood just clawed back, kept clawing back, and didn't panic, didn't make mistakes.
Sure didn't.
They were calm and collected, it seemed like, pretty much the whole time until maybe the end of that game. But, heck, They had a lot of guys contribute. Even Mr. Blackford had 7 in that game.
Sure enough.
I know we didn't mention his name yet, but
Bo Brandon.
Bo Brandon, man, he's a player.
Yes,
he ended up with 15 points, but man, he's impressive.
I'm telling you, man, I really enjoyed watching Elwood Panthers, man.
Yeah, good basketball.
It's just different, man. It wasn't what I expected. They didn't look anything like what individuals are, what they usually see coming from Elwood, basketball, to where there's not, it's almost like, hey, if you need your confidence booster, play Elwood because you're going to be able to get an easy win.
Not anymore.
Man, listen, that's over with.
Yeah, Coach V over there, and he's also the athletic director.
Yes.
He is making some great changes over in the Elwood community at the Elwood High School.
And they are buying in
yes, they
to
are.
The changes that he's making.
Yeah. I mean,
man,
and that's
I'm
what
a
it
fan.
takes. Me too.
I can't wait to get over there and cover them.
Yeah, and the girls team. We haven't been over there to cover the girls yet, but we did have a pretty good interview with the girls coach.
Man.
And we're going to show those again just to let you guys know. We are going to start showing those next week. Those interviews that we've had with the coaches throughout the county, and man, those are great interviews, aren't they, Coach?
Oh man, fabulous!
Yeah.
I'm excited about watching them.
Yeah, me too. It's been a while since we've recorded some
Man,
of them,
it
so
has.
I'm excited to go back and check those out.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, and then Delville, man, they kept it together, didn't they?
Man, I'm gonna tell you, it just started with them losing
Mr. Adams.
Yeah, Merrick Adams.
Yeah.
They was excited for his return.
Yeah,
and for him to come out and go down like that, But he had listen to me, man. I understand why they were excited.
Yeah, he's a player, isn't he?
Yes,
he just never really got into the groove, I don't think.
Right. But we seen flashes of what everybody is excited about. Yeah, we definitely seen it. So we know. We see Mr. Adams, and I'm gonna tell you something, Zach. After the game, he came up and he was like, "Man, I'm sorry, I wasn't able to, put on a show for you guys, to really play for you guys, so you could see." I said, "Young man, you didn't have to.
Yeah,
we're able to see. We know. We've seen enough to where we know." What could have been. We understand the potential. You just get better.
Yeah, and he hit 2 threes early in that game in the first half. It didn't really score the second half, but he went down with an ankle injury.
Yes.
And hopefully it's a minor injury, because he'd been out. He'd only been back one game.
5 weeks?
Yeah. But he came back and played one game for the Delville Broncos. And,
yes.
So, once he gets back in, number one, get back to health. You want to take care of your body. Because you need to be 100% when you're out there playing. Take care of yourself, get better, because the Delville Broncos are going to need you back eventually.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's a great player.
Great asset to the Broncos.
Yeah, he is.
But I love the fact that, and you said this, Zach, and it made me put things into perspective when you said that, hey, they're used to playing without him.
Yeah.
Because I was like, man, when he went down, they may be in trouble.
Yeah.
And you reminded me of that, and I was like, oh, wow, you're right.
Yeah.
And guess what?
They had some guys step up, didn't they,
Yes,
Coach?
they did.
Yeah. And then, Mr. Newsom, we got to talk about him. He ended up with 19 points on the evening against Elwood. And, man, that dude, I'm going to tell you what.
Mr. Go-To.
Yeah. Yeah. He was hot that second half. He had 14 points in the second half of that 19, Kojak.
Man, Mr. Newsom doesn't, put on that type of show. The Broncos don't win that game.
No. They needed everything that they got out of every individual.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
But Mr. Newsom, with the scoring performance that he put on, man,
is impressive.
Listen, they drop it down. He was battling. He make moves between two players.
Spin moves.
Yes, and he's focused, putting that ball in the bucket. He missed, get the rebound, put it up. Listen, man, he was determined to listen. I'm gonna carry my team.
Well, he had a battle down there against Mr. Ward all evening, and Mr. Ward's not a little fella.
No, he's not.
He's a big guy, and Mr.
Yes,
Newsom
he is.
found ways to get around him or spin or knock down shots when he needed to. He had a very impressive second half. A great game, but a very impressive second half.
Yes, a second half that was needed in order for them to pull out the victory, man.
Yeah, and then, of course, we've got to talk about the point guard. You can go ahead and say it.
Oh, man. Noah the Tank Colvin.
Yeah. Yeah, he got in foul trouble early in that game. Sat out a lot of that game, actually.
He did.
But Kojak, he came in that second half, picked up his fourth foul early, had to go back to the bench. But, man, that fourth quarter, when he got in there to play in that fourth quarter, he was outstanding.
Man, yes, he was.
Yeah, he was all over the floor. He did whatever he had to do to win. Like he like just dug deep. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Ashley told us after the game that at some point when they were struggling, he got the team together and was like,
"Sure did.
Hey, we can do this."
That's right.
Yeah. So
That's
what a great team leader he ended up being.
Absolutely. That's exactly what he what he displayed out there. Zach was, true leadership.
Yeah, he did.
And he wasn't a leader just verbally.
True.
He was a leader by action.
Yes, he
said,
was.
Man, look, I'm gonna show you I'm going out here. I'm not about to ask you guys to do nothing
I love his
that
hustle.
I don't want to do myself.
I love his hustle.
Oh man, I mean, his hustle, his decision making, everything, man, in that fourth quarter, man, was like, oh man, it was perfect.
Well, he had 7 points in the second half. Most of that was probably in the fourth quarter because he was over on the right side or left side there, and he drove in and they shut him off, and he brought it back out, had a nice crossover, went back the same direction and got a layup out of that.
Sure did.
Hit a big three right after that.
Yes, sir.
And then they threw a baseball pass or a long pass, and I got to tell you, the Tank stole that thing and went in there and hit that layup. And how important was every one of those shots that he made? They were all important. Yeah,
they were huge because it gave them the momentum.
Yes, it did.
Because they had just left. They just here it is. One of their star players, left the game due to injuries, and so it's like, man, we need to go ahead and we need a momentum booster. And man, he was all of that for them.
Yeah, man, Singler came in and played well.
Man, you know what? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And I want to say something about let me see. Trevor Swingley.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Listen,
that's another one.
Yes, man, Trevor Swingley, man. I love the fact that Zach, he came in, man, and defensively he did what the Broncos needed him to do because his help defense, help and recover was key because it stopped that Panther penetration because the guards was getting to the bucket.
Yeah, they were. And I seen him diving on the floor a couple times, had his hand in the passing lanes. I mean, he came in and did the job that
he did.
Coach asked him to do. You know what I mean? And that's the kind of player you want to have on your team.
Oh, you need that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Hey, one of the things real quick, Zach, is when something happened, but he was out of bounds, and his knee brace.
Yeah.
His knee brace had he was readjusting, and I said, man, I can see him over there like, y'all just hold on. Let me get this knee brace ready.
And you know what? Those refs waited on him too, didn't they?
Didn't they? Man, I think that worked against the Panthers.
It might have. But then we can't finish the show without talking about that last play.
Man. Mr. Leach.
Man. And he showed up. He had one heck of a game. He never gave up. He played hard the entire game.
Yes, he did, man.
And then I got to tell you, as Delville was taking that ball out of bounds, I just noticed this actually when we rewatched it. Whoever took it out of bounds, I can't remember who it was, they had a nice pass fake.
Yes.
And then got the ball down low. And, Delville did end up missing that shot. But as we were always taught, Kojak, you play until either you hear the whistle or you play until you hear the buzzer. And Mr. Leach, when that shot was released, he put himself in the right position.
You right.
To catch that rebound and go right back up with it with less than 2.7 seconds left.
And it was uncontested.
Yes, it was.
They took the ball out with 2.6 seconds.
Correct. Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
So it was less than that.
So it was way less than that.
Yeah.
And which, when you watch it, when he went to shoot it and get the rebound, nobody else jumped with him. To where it was like, hey, all game is over with.
Yeah, everybody thought it was.
Man, come on, man. This young man
besides
kept playing.
Leach. Yeah, I mean, he won the game. I mean, he hit the last shot to win the game. And I know the game doesn't normally come down to just one possession, but that was the possession that they needed at that particular moment. And Leach was in the right spot at the right time.
Man.
But I got to tell you, he got to the right spot at the right time. He wasn't just there. He
Correct.
He crashed the boards.
Correct.
Did what he had to do.
That's a great point, Zach. That is a great point because he didn't, where he was at, he wouldn't have never got that ball. He wouldn't have never touched that ball. But he didn't stay where he was. He kept moving. And I'm telling you, that was electrifying, man.
It was
when
exciting.
It was, man. Because I'm to be honest, I thought they were going into overtime.
Yeah, I did too. I mean,
that's what I thought.
And so did some of those Elwood Panthers. Because
so.
They should have found the guys and put a butt on them and blocked out. I would have rather that ball hit the ground.
Yeah.
And then go get it.
Yeah.
And one thing I did say after the game, Kojak, is I hate to see someone always has to lose, but I hate to see the Elwood Panthers lose that game because it was such a hard-fought game for both teams.
Right.
Just unfortunately, somebody has to win and somebody has to lose.
You're right.
And Delville ended up hitting that last shot, and Mr. Leach hit that last shot and earned it.
I don't want to lose like that.
I agree with you.
I'd rather you go ahead and beat me kind of convincingly. You know what I'm saying? By 10, 15, 20. No, never mind. Let me stop that. But I mean, be like, like 10.
Yeah.
10 and under.
I don't like losing,
between
period.
5 and but I'm saying as a last second shot.
That's tough.
That's where if we keep playing, then we go into overtime because we're tipping the ball, whatnot. Time run out. But to get beat on a last second shot that only one person was really involved in that kept
true.
playing. Oh, man.
But I got to tell you, Kojak, the last few possessions that led up to that, Delville helped create turnovers in those last few possessions.
Yes, they did.
And Elwood, they took care of the ball most of the game.
They sure did.
It's just those last 3-4 possessions. Not only did they create some turnovers, but Delville capitalized on those turnovers. And that put them in the position to tie it up. I think it was 44 going into that last play.
Yeah.
So what a great ending that was, though, for the Delville. Ending. Yeah, for the Delville Broncos. Ending. Yeah. And you know what? Coach Fouch had them, we saw her scouting report. She had a nice scouting report that, man, that no wonder they were ready for Elwood. That scouting report was top notch.
What is the saying? No grit, no quit, or no quit, no grit?
Yeah, either way, it's fascinating. I love that,
man.
And some of the you need to go back and check out that game because, we do have some great interviews after that.
Yep.
And you can hear some of the players say that in our interviews.
Mr. Leach.
Yeah.
He sure enough said it.
Sure did.
Man, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
What a great way to wrap up the week. Man.
Yeah. Oh, man. What a great week.
Yeah.
What a great week we had.
Absolutely. Yeah. Great week, man. But, I mean, this game, man, is just like icing on the cake.
It was a good one to end on this week, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yes,
How
sir.
exciting this is.
Yeah, man. So I enjoyed you this week, Doc.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know what? We got to talk about Ashley Fouch, Coach Fouch, AD Fouch, and then also her staff. I mean,
Yeah, fabulous.
Yeah, thank you for letting us come in and broadcast again. I mean, these schools and ADs and coaches and players around here have just been outstanding to us. I know we keep saying it, but hey, as long as they keep treating us that way, we're going to keep mentioning it because without them we wouldn't be able to get in and do what we're doing now.
You're right, Zach.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate everything that you guys done for us. Absolutely. So that'll work.
Yeah, and then of course we're going to close out the show here, Kojak. But as always, we got to thank Money Ministries and
moving
CBA.
obstacles now for every youth.
Yep. I love that.
Yes.
Yep. And then, of course, CBA, Zachary Basketball Academy. Without those two organizations, we wouldn't be on the air right now, would we?
You're right.
So thank you to both of those.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And then, of course, we got to thank everybody in the Kojak and Zach Show family.
Oh, man. The family is
off the charts.
Man, they are the gas. They are the engine to the car.
Yeah.
You hear me?
Everybody that we have on this team has just been performing top notch. Everybody's top notch that we have, and I thank you.
A great team.
Yeah,
you know,
great
everybody
team.
has a part to play, and we're doing it. You know, so thank you.
Yep, thank you for that.
Absolutely.
And then also, we got to mention I'm going to be out of town next week, but that doesn't mean we're not going to be releasing content. We have all the coaches' interviews coming out, so make sure you check out the channel, check out the website, because those are great interviews.
You listen, you're definitely not going to want to miss, you know, the coaches' interviews, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, those are special.
Yeah, they are.
And it just allows you to go into the heart of these coaches, man. So any questions that you may have about, you know, a coach that may be coaching your child, grandchild, or some family member or whatever, man, this will allow you to see into the heart of them coaches, man.
Yeah.
And you're going to be blessed.
Yeah, because I didn't really know what to expect going in and doing some of these interviews that we've had.
Right.
And, you know, they're busy. They're busy people. They've taken time out of their busy schedule, practice schedule.
Yes, sir.
You know, work schedule during the day to meet with us. And so thank you guys for doing that, because they're going to be great. They're great interviews, so make sure you check those out. Yep.
Absolutely.
And also, two more things real quick, Kojak. We got our new website coming out at the end of next week. So we're 1 week away from our website being released. So make sure you check that out, kojakandzach.com or thekojakandzachshow.com. They both go to our website.
Yep. Or even the email, too.
Yeah, that's correct.
The Kojak and Zach at gmail.com.
That's correct.
Kojak and Zach Show at gmail.com.
Yeah, and then one more thing. All of you people out there that's been wanting merchandise, it's finally here. As soon as the new website comes out, that merch is going to be on there and available. You can get on there and order it, and we'll get it to you.
That's right. We're looking forward to seeing, these shirts everywhere.
Yeah, start representing.
Yeah. When we show up to games, listen, we won't be the only ones with this merch on.
That's right.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah,
Zach.
me too, man.
Yeah.
Well, another week down.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Episode 2.
Yeah, how exciting. And then when we come back from out of town, we're going to be right back at it again.
Right back at it.
Yep, and we'll be releasing that schedule here soon once we get that all figured out. And
yep, sure enough.
Yeah. So come out and see us.
So what I may do, Zach, I don't know, man. I may not be able to go that long and wait on y'all to get back in town.
Go to some
games, I may
baby.
go to some games, man, and I don't know, man. I just may even video.
We'll figure it out.
And bring them back, and then we can talk about them.
We will figure it out.
Yeah.
Because the truth is, it's I don't want to miss anything.
Man, and there's some games coming up. I'm not going to even tell you who playing, but I'm just saying there's some games to where, man, listen, we may have to hit the road.
All right. Count me in.
No, you going to be gone. That's what I'm talking about, me and my wife.
Next week, yeah.
Next week.
Well, when I get back, we can't wait to join you again, because this has been fun.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And, you know, if I go to record, you know, I'll send it to you.
All right.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. Send it right to you.
You're going to make me catch an early flight back.
No. Now, listen, don't break up your family time now, because you can't blame that on me now, okay? But I already know if I give it to you, you're going to be like, well.
It's good stuff, man. You know what I mean? It's good stuff. And I just want to thank these players for giving it all they've got. You know, when we go to these games, they're out there diving on the floor, playing hard defense.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's been awesome, man.
Yeah.
So, man, really appreciate everybody that, every team, every coach that we've covered on this week. We appreciate you guys for your hospitality. Thank you for a great show. Yeah, because it's definitely not been disappointing. You know, we have not been disappointed. And so we thank you for all your effort and hard work. Hey,
and you, after watching this, thank you for joining us, because without you, we wouldn't be putting this on either.
Good job, Zach. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for everybody that's supporting the Kojak and Zach Show. We thank you. We appreciate it.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
That's a wrap. Love you, man.
Love you too, man.
Hey, we'll be back. Keep tuning in.